On this episode of the DTVC podcast, Ty from Comeuppance is on, and we'll be looking at two from Aaron Eckhart. We'll be looking at Classified and Rumble Through the Dark. And then next week, Sean Malloy from I Must Break This podcast is on. We'll be looking at the Jean-Claude Van Damme film Legionnaire. So stay tuned for that next week as well. And then in terms of DTVC Extra, we did do one. We did Fox's Mutant movies. So that is available now if you want to check that one out. Not sure when the next DTVC Extra will be from here, but you never know. You never know when we'll do that there. So definitely check that out. And then on our YouTube channel, last week we put out Zero Tolerance. So we had the scene where Robert Patrick shoots up the casino, shoots up Mick Fleetwood, and then goes out to the street and blows up some cars in Zero Tolerance. So check that out on our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, you should be, just so you get the most recent video. I think this week, the video we're going to do is probably going to be the Gary Daniels, Don the Dragon Wilson fight in Blood Fist 4. So I found it on YouTube. I think that'll be a good one for us to do. So stay tuned for that later this week. But again, if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you'll know right away when the video goes up. And then in terms of the site, we just did this past week, we did The Stray, PM Entertainment film in honor of the late Michael Madsen. So he passed away. That was one of his 3 p.m. films that he did. Executive Target, we've already done. The Sender, we still have to do at some point, but ended up being the 50th p.m. film as well. I didn't think that would be a good celebratory p.m. film to be talking about Michael Madsen passing away. So at some point down the road, we'll do an official 50th p.m. film. But at least for right now, that's just technically there are 50 films, but we'll do like a kind of a celebratory post at some point. But definitely check that one out. The Stray, that's up there now. And then Final Recovery, our screener, we're going to be doing our screener request. Joe Williamson, producer, who's come to us for a lot of films, but Harley Whalen, or Wallen, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'll have to find out from Joe exactly how to pronounce his last name. But great director, does really great stuff. And his newest one, Final Recovery, is out. So we'll be reviewing that one this week. And then over the weekend, probably finally do Save Me. I'm not sure because The Stray was also an erotic thriller. So I don't know if I want to do erotic thrillers back to back. We'll see. At least for right now, it's The Stray. It's Save Me. But we'll kind of see what happens there. But I think that is everything. Very quick open this week. We're going to kind of get in, get out. That's how we're going to do it here. But before we do, of course, my books. Get out there, buy my books. The link is in the podcast description. The newest one is Nadia and Aiden. You can get that on Kindle Unlimited, or paperback. Easiest way to support the site is to, I guess the easiest way is to like and share our content and download the podcast. But after that, and after rating and reviewing is probably also another easy way to do it. But after that, yes, buying my books, because it allows me to spend on better things. Like, for example, this episode's another one here where Jitsi kind of failed me, where I got booted out of Jitsi midway through the episode again. At some point, I'm probably going to have to pay for a service, and it might be StreamYard. That's what I'm looking at, because I know John from After Movie Diner uses StreamYard. So, buying the books, stuff like that is great, because it can help defray those costs and we get some better quality stuff here and make the show even better. So, however you want to support the site, I always appreciate it. I always appreciate all the listeners, everything. It always helps. But I was going to get in and out really quietly. Suddenly I'm rambling about my books and supporting the site. So why don't we call it here, have John play on our theme song, and then when we come back, Ty from Comeuppance is on, and we'll be looking at two from Aaron Eckhart. Hey everyone, welcome back to the DTVC podcast. As always, this is Matt here, and of course we've got Ty from Comeuppance back on as we talk about.
Hey,
welcome back, Ty.
I cut you off already.
No, okay, no worries. No, I was thinking your monthly spot, your monthly time on the podcast where we go over 2 movies, and this time it's we're looking at 2 Aaron Eckhart movies.
Yep, he's finally hitting the skids, or the cusp of skids.
Right.
I'm not sure what the title will be on this one, but
Yeah, because we were debating about whether he's skids or not skids, because did he have enough of a good career, like say like an Alec Baldwin or Malkovich, to be
sure.
on the skids, or is it more like Dermot
Kind of.
Mulrooney? Yeah, it's
He's getting the Dermot material because he's making a movie soon with Corey Large,
yeah.
and he's like, oh,
Right, yeah. Yeah. When you get to
oh
the Corey
no.
Large, you're bonded media. That's yeah.
Oh, you're so bonded. You're bonded to Corey Large, and I guess could Randall Scandal be far behind? I mean, like,
Exactly.
right there. I mean, like, you're right there.
Yeah,
It's like you're one step next to Randall Scandal.
yeah.
Which you posted something with Randall Scandal, right? Just on your site?
Oh
Was it?
boy, what did I post? Because so I did, obviously posted Armor, that the episode, because
Oh, that was it,
but no, but you're right. I
right?
did post a Randall Scandal movie. Yeah, what
Oh, I
was
don't
that? That's
remember.
a great question. Oh,
You
it was
mentioned it.
Savage Salvation.
That was it. Yep. Oh,
Yes.
I love that you put. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
No,
So
no,
please.
no, go ahead. No, that was it. That was all I was saying. Savage Salvation. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I just want to mention that there's a hilarious picture of, we'll just say picture or still of Malkovich. You have to see it to believe it at the end.
Yes.
And it's like, wow, that's fun. I have to do something. I won't say what happens, but it's like, let's say it's an interesting face.
Right, exactly.
Whole
Yeah.
Malky on the skids.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I posted that one is that Cole S. McKay, who did, a lot of stunt work for PM and other direct-to-video
Oh
movies.
yeah, he has a mustache, I think.
Yeah, and so he's like the stunt coordinator on that movie, and yeah, he has a mustache. I mean, his most notable scene, I think, for people listening, is in Hologram Man. He's the flamethrower guy in Slash Gallagher's gang. So
Oh
when
yeah, I remember that because I watched Hunger Man early January, or I think January 1st or 2nd.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember most of it.
right. When Gallagher when Gallagher's confronting Lara and he tells his henchman, light him up. That's who he's telling.
Yeah,
He's
I
telling
love
Cole
that.
Espicata to set him on fire. Which one of my favorite lines in a movie is "light him up." I know we're gonna have
Oh,
a
I love that.
yeah, yeah. We've got a good light 'em up coming up in this, don't we? In our one of our two in the
Classified.
classified. Yeah, we got to light 'em up there. Not as much fun as Evan Laurie though, telling Carlos McKay to set Evan Laurie on. Sorry, Joe Lara. I've got Lara and Laurie. I've got them all
Oh, yeah,
mixed up.
Laura and Laurie. It's kind
No,
of like
exactly.
Wesley and Woody for Money Train or White Man Can't Jump, or Robert Blake. It should be Wesley, Woody, and Blake.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
look up Robert Blake. I think this is the last podcast, but if you want to laugh and you watch Robert Blake and Money Train in any format, just watch it and watch Robert. He has an amazing hat. He says whatever I think he just said whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
It's just like, what a nutty movie. And you can't make that movie today.
No.
If you could, I mean, it wouldn't be as fun.
You make a great point too about something that's sort of like underappreciated, and I think as we watch like PM flicks where they would get like anybody to guest star in their movies and let them do whatever they want, but it is kind of an underappreciated thing to be like, hey, we're gonna get like Robert Blake and just go ahead and do whatever you want,
Yeah,
Robert.
let him go.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that's always a really fun thing. I mean, I think obviously the probably the most interesting is Superman with Marlon Brando, where he was like,
Yeah, let him go.
yeah,
Just do whatever.
exactly.
I love that kind of feeling. Like Nicolas Cage, sometimes you let him go because you just watch Face Off, right?
I did, yes, yeah.
There's some behind the scenes footage. Sometimes when I do my scrollings on Instagram, sometimes the Face Off bloopers come on.
Oh yeah.
There's a conversation in the jail, and Nicolas goes, "Die,
Yes.
die,"
Yes. That was
which is crazy. But there's like, how do you go that nuts? I'm not. I can't be that nuts, I guess. Or maybe be like Nicolas Cage. I saw a trailer for Bangkok Dangerous when I sent you that video of War.
Oh right, yes,
We're
yeah.
watching Transporter 3 now. There's a trailer for War. It's like, wait, get ready for war. It's like, wait, I can send that to Matt. I can do it right away.
Yes.
Bangkok Dangerous. I never ever seen that.
I have, yeah. So I actually reviewed the original and the Cage one when I did like
nice.
wildcard posts on my site. Yeah.
It's such a great trailer for 2008. I don't know if you watched it recently, but there's a part where he's like, well, political assassination wasn't in the contract. I can't really do Nicolas Cage like he has this
Right.
droney voice in it.
Yes, yeah.
You live out of a suitcase. It's like, it's like, so. And there's a part, if you remember, it's like Nicolas Cage, Bangkok, dangerous. And there's a part where he's just shooting at a bunch of water bottles of another dude, like,
Yes.
and there's like this red kind of glow. Like, oh, that's kind of awesome. So 2008.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
I gotta rewatch it now. It's like, but I remember the movie being a little slow going, but it has that, so maybe I'll rewatch it. I have to find my copy.
Yeah, because
But
the original, I like the original better.
right, the
But
original.
the remake with Cage is just so fascinating that it's worth it.
We're kind of lucky in a way to even have it, because I think if that came out today, it would probably go straight to streaming.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and oh wait, the Gunslinger. Speaking of Nicolas Cage, that's perfect for the podcast. I'm sure when that's hit the streamers. Let me take a quick look.
Right, his newest one. Yeah,
it has one of the Stallones. I think it's Scarlett or Scarlett O'Hara Stallone, as I call her.
right.
So but it has an amazing cast of awesome people. Let's see. So okay, it's still on. You still have to pay, but
yeah,
you got Dorff, and then Heather Graham Crackers, Nicolas Cage, Randall Patinkoff, Tiz Ma, of course, Constance Mandalore, Scarlett Rose Stallone, William McNamara. That's amazing.
Yeah,
and Eric Mabius.
Of course, yeah.
The best crow of all time. Just kidding. No one's ever said that. The best crow of all time. No one's ever.
Oh, so you cut out there for a second.
I think, the best crow besides Eric Mabius in Crow Salvation is the Crow Wicked Prayer, played by Edward Furlong.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched that recently. It's really terribly terrible.
So I didn't watch it recently, but I went through a period where I was upgrading or updating some of the old posts on the site with better images, things like that, getting rid of the photo bucket. And I revisited that review on Wicked Prayer, and I was like, oh, this is an interesting one. This is fascinating.
Oh, people need to be watching that. I hate to say that it's 20 years old, but
right,
it seemed new back then. But
exactly.
So you do got Macy Gray,
yes,
and then you have Dennis Hopper being a homie,
right, which is fantastic.
I think there's something on. I didn't watch behind the scenes footage. I think it's on the DVD. I think it's actually near me. If I could take a quick look.
Yeah,
this is exciting podcasting. I'm looking at my collection really fast. But
it also had David Boreanaz. I think I'm saying his name right, but I called him David blah 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 in the review.
Yeah,
right.
I've been watching Angel, and it's a quality program. I mean, I'm almost done with it with my friend. I think you met him, Dave.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
He likes Angel and Buffy. And I've watched all of Buffy of him. Yeah. Now we're on Angel around season 5. Where's the Crow Wicked Prayer? Yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay, so quick look here. Right, Making of Crow Wicked Prayer. Okay, I guess I need to re-watch that feature because I guess Dennis Hopper was making fun of it, even though he's in it.
Oh, right, right. Of course.
It's like interesting, and it makes it a good chance to rewatch. But I remember being kind of garbage. I mean, I remember you got Tito Ortiz, our new buddy on the podcast. He's in it.
Yeah, you gotta love Teets. Tito.
Teets.
Yeah, I don't know if I should call him that because it's not like I'm ever gonna meet Tito Ortiz, but I feel like there's certain guys that I don't want to get on the wrong side of, So
no, Tito Ortiz or why am I thinking of? Well, he was in Operation Black Operations, right? So it's like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like when you see him in 12 to Midnight, where he's like squaring off against Bronzy,
right?
And it's like,
Bronzy.
Yeah, he's like twice the size of Bronzy, and you forget like how big Tito Ortiz is because when he's fighting in the UFC, he's fighting against people his own size. But like Bronzy, he's like twice the size of him, and it's just like, man, like. If he connects on one punch, Bronzy's dead. Like he's not even just out; he's dead. It's like
because that's a great segue. Because last night I watched River of Darkness on Tubi. Tubi. Kurt Angle, Psycho Sid Vicious, another wrestler named Glacier.
Mm-hmm.
And and then we also watched a movie called Dr. Alien. You ever seen that?
No, Dr. Alien.
Judy Landers, very silly.
Yes.
That Dr. Alien had chases and laser shooting and silliness and music. And like this movie had more action than River of Darkness with 3 wrestlers in it.
Yeah.
And Kevin Nash. It was more of a slasher, River of Darkness. But
right.
You have all those people who are not beating up anybody.
Yeah, I want if I've got Kurt, especially if it's Kurt Angle, I want like just like body slams and suplexes.
Zero body slams.
Yeah.
No
What was the
body
move?
slams.
People listening, I know that people that listen, we have a lot of wrestling fans that listen to the podcast, and they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to be yelling it at their pod, their phone or whatever. But it's like I can't remember what his finishing move was. It was like yeah.
Is it the angle slam or something?
It might be. It was something like this move that he did because he was like this Olympic class wrestler. So they would play on that he was like this all-American guy. And yeah, I can't remember what his move was, but I just remember. So I remember when he came into wrestling, I kind of stopped watching it around the time that he came in. So, but I remember him when he came in. Oh, he's from Pittsburgh. I didn't realize that he's from So
and he's coming to Horror Fest this September.
Is he? Wow.
Yeah, because I think he's in these garbagey horror movies.
Yeah.
Or these cruds, and I'm gonna buy another one soon called Death from Above.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Robert Zadar, Tom Savini, Kurt Angle, and Psycho Sid again.
Oh God!
It's like this might be better than River of Darkness, but I have no idea.
That could be like the best movie ever with that crew. I mean,
it could be.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I saw Robert Zadar also.
Oh,
so
man.
I need to watch a trailer because I keep forgetting to look that up. But
yeah, I mean that's got to be one of Zadar's last movies, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wish he was still around, but I guess not. But
yeah,
that's all the people I want to meet are usually or they passed away. Like. Yeah. I was watching Hit List, and we were Jan Michael Vincent. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yes, yeah.
Awesome movie. It's like Jan Michael Vincent's gone. It's like Charles Napier's gone.
Yeah, God.
The only person who's hanging around in that movie is still alive is Lance Henriksen.
Right, exactly. Yeah, he's still doing his thing, which you got to appreciate. Yeah, which
I like.
We do have a bit of a Lance Henriksen connection with Classified when we talk about that movie. So I'll mention that when we get there. Yeah. One thing I wanted to point out actually before we get too stuck in, Rich Haas from DTV Digest reached out about our last episode where we talked about Armor and Aftermath, and he mentioned on Aftermath that the lead baddie is played by Mason Gooding, and Mason Gooding is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. So it's something that we didn't catch when we were talking about that movie.
Amazing, just like Frank Zagarino's son, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. We that's right. We caught that Frank Zagarino's son was in it, but we missed the Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son.
So I just want to give a shout out to Haas.
Yeah.
When our podcast comes up about Kari Wurr and Eric Elena, because I think I goofed up your name, sir. So I'm very sorry. Because I was in a rush to kind of remember. So sorry, sir.
Yeah.
And, hope I could be on the podcast soon.
Yeah, because you know what happens to me sometimes, because we've got Rich Haas and then Richard Pierce as well. So sometimes you'll be like, oh yeah, we're having Richard Pierce on, and I'm like, oh, interesting. You got and then I'm like, oh no, you're not talking about Rich Haas. You're right. So so it's like one of those things.
I know.
Yeah. I was trying to think of. I guess I'm trying to think of other names that are common. I think maybe I was trying to think what other. What other ones we have multiple names. That seems to be like the biggest one. I have
kind of like quick mess up that we can do. It's just like
but
also another wacky coincidence that we both watched the same movie without really us knowing.
Yes,
which was Into the Sun, starring Steven Seagal, and I thought it was great.
Yes,
it's like because it looked like he actually cared.
Right.
It's like you care.
Right. It's a fascinating. So I recorded it. I recorded an episode on the podcast with Scott Murphy, where kind of continuing his look at the Seagal movies, and
nice.
Yeah, and so we were talking about it, but that was one of the things we noted as well, is that when you have like a more invested Seagal, it's funny too, because this is where you start to see the investment level drop, right? It's like not long after this movie,
right after,
yeah.
You got Attack Force, you got Mercenary for Justice, you got Out for Killers before.
Yeah, Black Dawn.
Black Dawn. But the water effects are better in Black Dawn than Armor, as we mentioned last podcast.
Yes. Right. Like, leave it to Randall Scandal to make water effects worse than a direct-to-video Steven Seagal movie.
Yeah, which is also amazing. But so I finished it up this morning, Into the Sun. It was really a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's like because he cared, and there was some pretty good action. You kind of you cared.
Yeah, and it's you got a fun baddie in it. The baddie's good. Actually two baddies, right? Because you got the Japanese baddie that was the Kuroda character. Then you have Ken Lo, Hong Kong guy, which I didn't really know as much about his career. Scott knew more, about what
Mhm.
he was famous for. But I think he was part of Jackie Chan's crew, and so they have a good fight scene. I mean, you actually get a good fight scene between him and Seagal. I mean, it might be a
Yes,
candidate for a spotlight on a fight for us, right? With
I
that fight
think
scene.
so.
Yeah.
And I like the ending bit with the blue paint.
Yes. Right.
I completely forgot about
Me
that.
too.
When I
Me
rewatched
too.
it, I've seen this a couple times now, but that was gone. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, what do we do with the blue goo? It's a very Seagal ending because like a normal movie would have ended like with the funeral where he's
Yes.
his that's where you would have normally ended that movie, or with like him finishing off the baddie. But then they've got like this guy being promoted to like the Yakuza head, and then we've got like William Atherton being like telling this woman like, yeah, go spray blue goo all over the crime scene,
Yeah.
and so
That was great. I love that blue goo. And it's like,
yeah,
didn't, as because was that Juliette Marquis? Now I remember she was
yes,
supposed to be a bit more famous or more. She made a bunch of movies in a row and she kind of disappeared.
yeah.
There was a movie she made called This Girl's Life, which I need to rewatch. I don't remember what it's about at all, but I know it had James Woods and Michael Rappaport hanging around. I have no idea. I need to buy a copy and remember.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, because that was like kind of the tail end of Blockbuster, and there's an unrated version
right,
only on
right.
DVD, and it's like I looked that up. Like, well, I guess is there a difference? I can't tell. I think Rosario Dawson also might be hanging around in it.
Yeah, because
It's
she's
like,
third billed in the movie, and we were trying to figure out if maybe she had a bigger part that was cut down as the film went
oh,
on.
that's true. Yeah, there was very limited marquee and
Yeah,
Into the Sun.
yeah, but
That's what it seems like. I'd like to watch a longer version
yeah,
of Into the Sun because I was really invested.
yeah,
And
yeah.
poor Matthew Davis,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, right. I know Matthew did. Yeah, it's funny. I had seen him before. I was trying to figure out where I knew him from. So when I was on After Movie Diner for Sleazy Spader Springtime, we talked about the movie he does. I think it's like the year after this. It's called Shadow of Fear with James Spader.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fascinating one, right? It's like
Yeah, it is. That's like, here it is. Is Matthew Davis going to be the next big star? Oh, straight to video for you. But I mean, it was still a decent movie from what I remember.
yeah,
Very blockbuster, very morning movie or afternoon movie.
yes, yeah,
But I need to rewatch Shadow of Fear. Was there a bunch of exposition at the end?
yes,
Like, oh, good. I need to rewatch it now.
yes,
And
yeah.
I love seeing Spader exposition. He has an awesome voice.
I don't know if it was Spader exposition though. I think
Oh,
it might have been Matthew Davis exposition.
I'll take it. I'll take any exposition.
Right, exactly.
Well, it has to be at the end. I mean, I
Yes,
don't mind. I mean, I love exposition, but ending exposition is the best. As
yes,
Scream 6 is fantastic, or any Scream movie really,
yeah,
because they just have explained everything. But it's like I was trying to do a Ghostface impression, but it's kind of hard.
yeah,
It kind of almost sounds like Trump. I mean, it's just
yes.
like. But if you look, I looked it up. I looked at Ghostface threatening dialogue. It's on YouTube.
That's awesome.
And when Ghostface yells, like, oh, I think I can do it. It's like, I'll cut you to your hip bone. It's like, it's like that's the closest I can do because I can't. We do hello, Sydney. I mean, it's almost like I was working. That's the best I can do. But
Yes,
it's like because I was practicing it.
right,
It's like we new impressions, just like,
right. Yeah,
did I already do Statham? Get ready for war. I think I already did. But just like, you and I are gonna finish this. A great war, a great movie.
yes, yeah.
Very, very underrated. I don't see. I'm getting Expendables 4 from the library next week.
So you're finally going to catch. Okay, so yeah, this is an important one for you to see because again, just from a completist standpoint, but I think also too, it'll be good. Like, yeah, when next time we record to talk about this one, because I'm going to be very curious to know what you think about it. I haven't revisited. I saw it in the theater, so because I was doing like the Expendables on my DTVC Extra podcast, and so I thought I'll go to the theater and see it. It didn't feel like a theatrical movie, but I think I don't know. Honestly, I'm not going to say much more because I think I'll let you go in fresh on it.
I will. I'm getting it. I think my schedule is really weird in life.
Yes, same here. Yeah,
The library in a couple of days.
Yeah.
I call the library like, I'm late. It's just like, hold on, hang on to my movies. But I'm also getting Killers. What's it called? The Killer, the Bautista thing.
Oh right, yes, Killer's Game or something. What was
Killer's
that?
Game? Yeah, I got that from the library. And 1992, the movie with Ray Liotta who calls people homie.
Oh right.
It's like It's like which Tyrese calls Ray Liotta homie. It's like, okay, homie. It's like why is Ray Liotta saying homie?
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Or maybe it's not Killer. Oh, yeah, it is the Killer's Game. Yeah. Okay.
The Killer's Game. Yeah, the title gets it's a little generic,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you how that is. So I got Killer's Game, 1992, and Expendables 4 all at the library.
Okay, so you got some good stuff coming.
Because they're all were Stars Purgatory.
Yes.
So I thought, let me trick the system and get it from the library because I don't have Stars.
Yeah, that's a smart idea. I never thought about doing that. I should look at that too because I've got a library card for here in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So I don't know if like the branch, there's like 2 branches near me, and I don't know if either of those have as big of a selection. I think probably the main branch, like the big free library that's like near the art museum and all of that stuff, that probably has more of a selection.
I would want to see how that works for you because in Connecticut there's something called interlibrary loan. Do you have that? It's like, well, you look up it must be the same. And you can type it in and they'll send it to you from a different location.
Oh,
so in Philadelphia, you might have that.
They might even have it within the library system, right? That you can send it from, from a different branch.
Library system. You check it out.
Yeah. Well, because one of the things we used to have was Hoopla, and they got rid of Hoopla. And
they did. Interesting.
Yeah, because one of the things that was good about Hoopla was that some of those movies that you could rent, or sorry, you could take out of the library, would be available to stream on Hoopla, so you wouldn't have to even go to the library and get them.
That's it. I never tried Hoopla because it seems kind of silly, the names. I'm like, I'm going to pass. So it's like...
Yeah, right. That doesn't help. Yeah, exactly.
Also, I'm going to opt out, I'm going to opt out of these apps, opt out.
Right.
So it's like, because Google Meet is a disaster of an app because you can't record anything.
Yes.
And you can't record anything on, what's the other one?
So
maybe it's just Google Meet.
Well, like Teams, you can do like an hour of recording.
Really? I can't find the record button. You got to show me.
Yes, I can show you. I think it's it's because I have to do it for work. I have to like for my job. But see, with my job, obviously, my company pays for like a full version of Teams.
Oh, interesting.
So when I like, I'm gonna like do a presentation like showing how to like use a certain feature or something that we have, and I'll record it for the people who aren't able to attend. And
so it is. You have to pay. I pay nothing.
I thought you can do free recording for an hour, but maybe not. You might be right. Maybe you have to. Maybe it's an hour free just for the meeting. Like the meetings can only go an hour long.
Yeah. I couldn't find a record button for the live of us.
No, so maybe you don't. What is it, like $5 a month? I think to get like the next tier up. Yeah, I get. I mean, again, Jitsy's free, so
Yeah, I like Jitsy.
Yeah, it's just
you gotta try to get with Brett, trying to get this up and running. I didn't know the Skype going away has been such a problem.
It is, yeah.
But I guess we'll try to jump through these hoops.
Yeah.
Anything else I was going to mention? I don't have any Trump silly there. Oh, something about. Did you see this? No King's Day. Did you see this the other day?
Yes.
Yeah. Someone had to be like, no kings. I'm not a king.
Right.
I know. I like Burger King. Is that a king? It's like, I like a good McDouble at Burger King. I get any burger I want, though.
Oh man! Speaking of that, see, I forgot to mention about Into the Sun, and I also
go ahead.
There's a McDonald's in Into the Sun. I've got to get a screen of it and tag it. So Into the Sun is not. It's tagged for Chinatown. So whenever there's a different Chinatown in a movie, I have that tag on my site. But awesome. McDonald's, it's a McDonald's. So I mean, McDonald's is starting to slowly creep up there. I wonder if McDonald's gets over 30, because I have a rule on my site that if an actor if they get or like a studio or something, they get over 30 tags, that they get automatic induction into the Hall of Fame. You have to make
McDonald's the part of the direct-to-video awards.
Yeah, right. Make them a Hall
of Fame.
I have a feeling they might get there. It just
oh my goodness, you must be close.
Yes, it's like
that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's like this would make 15 tags for McDonald's.
15 more McDonald's. You have to watch Black Dawn 15 more times.
Right.
Is that what you had McDonald's?
Well, because that's an interesting one I've thought about. It's like, do I count that one? Because it's not. They don't show an actual McDonald's, but they show McDonald's food, and so it's like, does that
for
count?
him, maybe it should count because it's still Mickey the Easy one too.
Right. Exactly. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
So I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that I've got to tag that. So it's going to be I've got to go back and I've got to add. So yeah, it would be 15 McDonald's movies, or 15 movies that have a McDonald's somewhere in them. And so it's funny.
Where's Seagal?
Right, it's Seagal. Boy, that's a good question because Seagal has a good amount of them. So it's funny actually. Seagal has some, but actually, where you see a lot of them are movies that take place in L.A. or Vegas. They show the McDonald's on the strip,
Yeah, because there's always McDonald's hanging around.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I'm not bad with it. I like McDonald's. I mean, like, I still need to watch the McDonald's movie though with Michael Keaton.
yes.
I can't sit. I don't know. I just have no interest at the moment. But I have interest, but not enough. It's
So
like
you know one that you should watch, actually, a movie it's on YouTube, and it's called Non-Standard, and it talks
okay,
about the non-standard McDonald's that were like really big, especially like in the like late 80s into the 90s. It's like an hour-long documentary on YouTube. Yeah, so again, the title's Non-Standard,
okay,
and
non-standard. All right, I'll try to remember that.
yeah, and so it's kind of a cool thing because it also kind of this flashback to the 90s when like stores were like kind of bigger and flashier. You know, like how nowadays everything has muted colors. What do they call it? Like
Yeah,
millennial gray or something
prison.
like that. Yeah, and so I think that's one of the things that it's such a fascinating thing to see some of these like non-standard McDonald's and how they were big, and then how some of them kind of died out and all that stuff, and how nowadays McDonald's is always using these like standard box type.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You know what's funny? Brett's beeping in on this call. Can I call you right back?
yeah, sure.
Or
Sure.
maybe not. He just I don't know what he wants.
Oh.
We should cut this part out. I'll call him back.
Okay. All right.
If he calls again,
Yeah.
I'll have to cut the
Okay.
call for a second. But I'll give him I don't know what he wants.
Okay.
But and we'll probably cut this part out. No,
Yeah.
I'm happy to talk to him. It's my
Yeah.
brother.
Right, exactly.
Right. So and since we get beeped in, we're like, but anyway, all right, so non-standard, yeah. So I'll remember to look that up. Also, I probably start with our movies. Are we doing Rumble in the Dark?
Yes, yeah. So Rumble in the Dark. So as we talking about Eckhart. I mean, this movie here, Rumble in the Dark. This is one I stayed away from for a while because of the length. It's a good almost 2 hours long, and it's on Tubi. And I guess I'll do a quick synopsis of it. It features Eckhart as an underground fighter in the South. This is takes place in like Natchez, Mississippi, and he's like an underground fighter who was an orphan. He grew up with a mom, or like an adopted mom, and he kind of fights for money. And he's into this woman, Marianne Jean Baptiste plays a character called Big Mama Sweet. Yeah. And so he owes her a lot of money, and eventually he wins a bunch of money at a casino. I keep forgetting that, and then he loses the money because some guy tries to steal it from him, who's working for Big Mama Sweet. And Bella Thorne ends up happening by because she's working with some carnies, and she takes the money, and then she's like looking for her dad, and so her and Eckhart are on a collision course to wackiness, and he's got like one more fight that he can do to kind of get himself out of all the financial difficulties he's in, and he's fighting this big guy called the Axe, and it's a question of like, can he beat the Axe at the end? So yeah, I think that's kind of I guess that's the basic premise there.
Yeah, and it's like a standard punch fight. It's like this is the star of the Skids, sir.
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart.
Yes.
You're doing a punch fighter, which is like a fancier punch fighter, kind of, because it looks good. It looks like a real movie.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my notes. Okay, so Jack Boucher, right? He has a Southern accent.
Yes, right.
That's hilarious. Wait, someone else named Boucher is Cajun. I can't remember this. That's the name of the water boy, Adam Sandler, right?
Oh, it might be. Yes, it might
Bobby
be.
Boucher. Why do I remember that? And without looking it up, which is sad, because I haven't seen the water boy in like 25 years.
Yeah.
I remember it holds up okay. But anywho, maybe that's Adam Sandler's brother,
Right.
Jack Boucher. And
yes, you're right. Yeah, Bobby Boucher, then Kathy Bates' Mama Boucher. Yeah,
exactly. And I think Fruza Balk, which we're always
Yes.
looking for, is what's she up to today? And these fake internet memes. But then they never show what's going on through the Balk.
Yeah, the last time I remember her was like I guess it would have been like when Cage did that Bad Lieutenant Port of Call New Orleans, she was in that with him.
She was in that? Wow, I haven't seen that movie. I don't remember her being even in it.
Yes, it was 2009 that one came out, so that would have been the last thing I remember her from. It looks like she was in the Craft Legacy show movie.
Oh, she was in the movie.
Yeah,
I hear it's crud.
Probably it's got to be right. It's got to be.
Wait, the Craft. Oh, they made another Black Christmas movie a few years ago. I think David Duchovny from Red Shoe Diaries and nothing else is it. Nope, nothing else he's been in. The good old Zalman King. What a name.
Yes.
Zalman.
Zalman. Yeah, you gotta like that. Good Zalman.
Yeah, it's like Salman Rushdie, but Zalman Rushdie.
Yeah.
But I think he's hanging around this Black Christmas remake, which they made just a few years. I hate to say this, 10 plus years ago, right?
Yes.
Right. With
Oh,
Have you seen that one?
I think you cut out there.
I cut out there for talking about Black Christmas 2006.
Yeah, then the movie. Yeah, is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, they made the remake. 2006 that had Trachtenberg, R.I.P.
Mhm.
and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and they made this other one, I guess, that had Dave Duchovny and Hair was crud.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I think
any
I
of
got it
those.
mixed
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Me either. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see the new one with Duchovny.
Yeah.
Wait, I know I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So, wait, Jack Boucher. Okay, so Jack
Yes.
Boucher. Let me get my notes again.
Yeah. So we get Jack Boucher. That's our
Yes.
yeah. With that.
So his accent's funny. I went down like you said.
Right.
Funny. And it's like, okay, this is like, and I like the beginning too. It was a good fight scene
Yes.
with the lights being thrown out. That was kind of fun.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I gotta say, oh yeah, Quality Fights Casino sign. That's what I wrote down.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That was enjoyable. And Bella Thorne is classic Bella Thorne. Have you seen a lot of her material?
I haven't, but I think for this movie she works, right? Like she brings exactly what this role needed, which I think was
exactly
good. We don't get a lot of her though. It's weird because this movie is so long, the scenes tend to be really drawn out, and so you go through these periods where it's like, hey, wasn't Bella Thorne in this movie? And it's like, well, no, we're spending like a half hour with Aaron Eckhart talking to Big Mama Sweet or big, and it's like we could have gotten done with that conversation in 5 minutes. It's like if you're gonna brand the dollar sign on him, just do it. Just
exactly.
Yeah,
that's a flaw of the movie. So here's a criticism: it's too long for a movie like this.
Exactly.
It was almost 2 hours. Like this is a punch fighter.
No, right.
It's like I know you're trying to be like a fancy punch fighter, which I understand.
Right.
But because you have Aaron Eckhart, it's like who never did a punch fighter? Steven Seagal. But I know we're just talking about him.
Can you imagine?
Or Van Damme. Or Van Damme did punch fighting. He did Lionheart.
Lionheart he got it out of the way. He got it out of the way. Right.
Yeah, and in Hell he did punch fighting.
That's right. Yeah.
I think someone maybe it was Todd Gaines or maybe it was Hawes. They were mentioning something about punch fighting. Hey, punch fighting. Maybe it's coming.
Right. It's becoming it. Yeah. I mean, like I said, like I used it differently initially. I used it as like a tap out kind of movie, but I kind of come around to the way you guys use it, where it's like, just like these situations where like, there's like a chain link fence or something around people and people are, waving money around and
punching. So Marion Jean Betsy, fancy to get her to be in this crud.
Yes, exactly. I know.
It's like, wow, I thought she did more classy material. Now she's doing Aaron Eckhart punch fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's kind of fun.
Right.
It's like, because she kind of classed up the joint.
Yes.
It's like, huh. Because I know she's in like all these fancy things.
Right.
So,
yes.
And she has a fancy name.
Yes.
So it's like, wait. Mary J. Baptiste, and who's the singer songwriter now? I can't. It's Marianne Faithfull. That's someone, right?
Right, that is somebody. Yeah, yeah.
Was she in a Metallica video? I'm convinced she was in a Metallica video.
It's possible. Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah. But I mean, like, good old Lars Ulrich stealing our Napster.
Yes.
Let's go back in time 25 years and still get mad about that. But, why not?
Do you remember the music awards where he was like presenting and he just got booed to like everybody just booed him right down, and he knew he was going to get booed too when he got out there. And then I remember Carson Daly presented an award with the Napster guy, and it was like almost like this thing of
Sean
like
something.
Yeah, right, exactly. Played by Justin Timberlake in the Social Network.
I'm gonna call him Sean Napster, but I know Sean something.
Yeah, Sean Napster is as good as anything. But yeah, I remember like that music awards was crazy. But I remember Lars. I mean, I don't know if that. I don't know if that killed Metallica or like the bad albums that they were putting out in like the late.
I know. Everyone says, it's probably a mixture of that, and you got Saint Anger.
Yes, exactly.
People hate that one, which I don't know if I've ever really heard. But then you got Lars Ulrich. Just why? We still pay for Metallica's song. We just buy it for free. Why?
Right.
It's like, I can't buy one for free. It's a long song.
Yeah. But it's like, well, because the other thing too, right, is that like the whole thing was that Napster. Or those things, the studies had shown that those things actually made people want to go buy albums more.
I remember that.
Yeah, you'd get like this crummy version on Napster or whatever, and it was like it made you want to go buy the CD and have a better, cleaner version of it. That was.
I remember, and also there was Kazaa. People want to go back in time a bit more, but
LimeWire, all those.
LimeWire. I think that didn't work as well, but I remember downloading a bunch of songs, and then. I downloaded the From Dusk Till Dawn soundtrack on Napster.
Yeah.
And it's like, or did I? These people are listening, but it's like, and,
Yeah, I think the
that's
statute of
just wrong.
limitations is out on those, right? Yeah.
I don't remember his memory. I remember I was on like some sort of field trip at camp during the Napster stuff, and I guess there was a TV there.
Yeah.
So we running the TV for MTV because I watch MTV. It's the '90s,
Right, right.
and then I think it was either Kurt Loder or one of those people. It's like breaking news. They're getting rid of Napster because of laws. Or can everyone went boo?
Right. Yeah.
It's like boo. So, there was some camp. It wasn't like snow. What's that called? Hot dog or something. But it was kind of like a resort,
Yeah.
a semi-resort, like, but not bungee jumping. Something like that. Like you go on one of those.
Or like zip lining.
Thank you, zip line. But it was
Yeah.
like a kind of a kid version of zip lines. It wasn't really that far up.
Right, right.
It's just like right on the ground,
Yes, yeah.
Kid. Yeah, kids zip lining. If I'm trying to put something together like that. Oh, back to the movie. Let me think here. So, there were a lot of ads also on Tubi for this one.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
There were like 18 ads or something, and I said rumble through the ads. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And I think for me, I was trying to think what ones we got. Like a definitely different like semi-glutide
I got
diabetics ones.
semaglutide. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
got Zepbound.
yeah, I've got like all kinds of different terms in my head. Sulfonylurea, I don't know what that means. I can't think of the other ones, but it's like, yeah, terms that I'd never know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that one, and then of course like the online casinos. We get those ads here in Philly.
Yeah, I didn't get any. I know I got Zepbound.
Yeah,
For sure. And when I was talking to doctors last night, I got Zepbound.
yeah.
And it's like, I'm not trying to be mean to people on Zepbound, but in the commercials, they're still overweight. I thought they're supposed to be helpful.
Right, because they want to show that it like you lose some weight, but not
Oh, some weight.
right.
Okay.
But so what happens? What the issue I guess that's cropped up with these things is that for people that like actually have the health concerns, they lose
Right.
some weight and it makes them a little bit healthier, but really it just kind of helps regulating their blood sugar and things like that. But for like celebrities or people on reality shows who like maybe need to lose like 20 pounds, but really like by society's standards, they wouldn't be overweight at all, right? The rest of us would look at them and say, you seem
You're
really
fine.
healthy. But being on TV, they want to be like thin as a rail. So they take these things to, and you can kind of see like there's like a kind of a shape that their face and body has from taking these things that,
They all look like, well, my friend said, look like Corpse Bride.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
like that's not, especially Sharon Osbourne, Demi Moore.
Yeah.
These people are already old in the first place, but
yeah,
older, we'll say. And it's like, maybe you shouldn't take that. I know it's who wants to go on a treadmill nowadays. You got these drugs. I bet that's why they're so mad now, like Demi Moore and people like that. Because like, hey, I had to go on a treadmill all my life. It's like I had to go on a bike.
right.
What's that thing from Trump from a long time ago? Remember, he called some like what's the word, like a model fat, and then there was like some sort of behind the scenes like, look, I'm on a bike.
Right. Oh,
It might be online.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember, but yeah, I think I know what you mean.
And it's like, I don't think she was even that overweight.
Right. No.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, don't
See,
know.
in the 90s, you never know, or late 2000s, because people think everyone was overweight in the late 2000s. Look at Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
Other people like that. But I just watched I'm saying this rewatch, Blonde Ambition.
Oh, right. Yes.
You ever see that?
No, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't.
It's a Rendell Scandal movie. Also a Joe Simpson
Yes.
movie. That's her dad, right? It's
Yes.
just JS Productions. Like, I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Or that or Joe Pa Productions or something.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch it because there's some really terrible green screen in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you should watch it just for the green screen.
Okay.
It's like, why they're supposed to be at a bar watching like these priests sing "Baby Got Back." I don't even ask about that.
Yeah.
It's like, if you've ever seen the movie, but they're in a bar in quotes, and you can clearly see it's like the green screen's kind of popping out a little bit. It's like, you didn't hide that, huh? It's just like, and then there's a part where we're on a roof. It's like, that's a green screen. But it shot all in Louisiana, but it seemed like it could have shot in Bulgaria.
Right. Which maybe, yeah. That's kind of the crazy thing too, right? Is that Randall Scandal, when he was doing the Bulgaria movies with the Millennium guys, and then he found that like because the
With who? I'm
economy was
sorry,
so
you cut
bad.
out. You cut off who? You cut
Oh,
out for a second.
oh, sorry. So yeah, remember he was doing the Bulgarian movies with the Millennium guys, and then he discovered that there was money that he could save money because you had parts of the country like in Michigan and Louisiana and Alabama where the economy was so bad that he could like swoop into those areas and make movies for really cheap. They also got big tax breaks, right? That like Louisiana was like, yeah, we'll give you money to come make your movie here because you'll prop up our economy and stuff. And so yeah,
Yeah,
so Randall moved away. I also remember he made movies in Puerto Rico, I guess, as well. But I remember like Louisiana and Michigan suddenly became these hotspots for making movies.
I remember that for a little while. And when they're trying to make Louisiana New York City in,
Yes.
in Blonde Ambition.
Right, yes.
And it's like, you didn't. Oh, they hilariously didn't hide it well.
No.
It's like every weird close up is a green screen of Jessica Simpson and Luke Wilson. I guess Luke Wilson likes movies with the word blonde in them.
Yes.
It's like, Blonde Ambition. I'm in. The movie is actually surprisingly watchable. If you ever, I don't know if you've seen it. There's another movie of Jessica Simpson called Private Valentine, Blonde and like Dangerous or something. I've never ever seen that either.
See, the other Jessica Simpson one I remember was it Employee of the Month? Was it the one?
Employee of the Month. That's Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, yeah. So that was a time, right, that we had
Yeah.
leading romantic comedy actors in Dane Cook and Jessica Simpson, right? There was a time that you would do that as opposed to like Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson or something like that.
Which I've never seen. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Not a movie for me. I mean, like, but unless there's sometimes these comedies have secret action in them.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Like Blonde Ambition, like people are falling over and like goofing around. It's like this had more action than River of Darkness.
Right.
Like Blonde Ambition had more action than that.
Yes.
Which is crazy. Wait, back to the movie, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. So Rumble through the Axe. Okay, so the final fight with Axe.
Yes.
Did deliver because it had what you wanted, which was the Aaron's not doing so hot. He has to get the power back.
Yeah.
And like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Now
go ahead.
I was gonna say my problem with that was that it takes so like you get this really well done fight scene here, and I would say this is better shot than when we get into Classified. Some of the fight scenes that we get in that one, you can almost see them being shot. But this, this end fight scene, it looks good. But then Eckhart is on the mat, right? He's on the ground, he's in the dirt, he's rolling around in the mud, and we think all hope is lost, right? And then he starts seeing images of his adopted mother, and but that whole thing took forever. It's like, how long? He's like 5 minutes of rolling around on the mud. It's like, we know where you're going with this. We know where you're going to take this thing. We know where we're headed. He's going to get up. He's going to fight again. And if that's where we're going, just get there. You don't need to spend
forever.
It was like completely indulgent on the parts of the directors. And it's like, guys, just get this thing moving. And so I think that was the problem with this movie, is that they had these great ideas, but they got too wrapped up in themselves of like, we really want to make this, really drive this home. And it's like, you drove it home. You
did. Just took too long. You took the scenic route, but not really. And you sidelined Bella Thorne.
Exactly, which I think does hurt the movie because, I think when she comes into the movie more, kind of in a stronger way towards the end, there is a sense of like, well, we could have done with more of her earlier on. I think there could have been more moments of her plot, character development when, instead of having, again, Eckhart just like, whatever it is, spending all this time with Big Mama Sweet. I mean, that whole scene with Big Mama Sweet where he brings the body of the guy that tried to take him in, that where he kills that guy and loses his money, right, in that process.
I do remember that. Yeah.
When he brings that guy's body into Big Mama Sweet, all that stuff takes forever. And all he ends up having to do is, Big Mama Sweet makes him bury the body. So it's like, what was he even thinking doing that? And it's just like, none of it made any sense. And then, I mean, the other thing too is for people out there, when with the whole branding thing, she heats the branding iron on like a cheap travel iron. Like, I don't think you can heat up metal that hot with a cheap, and it's like, how hard would it have been to have a fireplace that she just heats it,
because those are flaws. I hurt the movie, but I still like the movie.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the better movies we've seen for the podcast. It's not as good as Red Right Hand.
I was going to say,
but it was pretty close. Yeah. If it just cut it down by 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think cut it down by 20 minutes, lean into Bella Thorne's character a little bit more. But, I think, Red Right Hand does. So, again, like, we talked about, Marie and Jean-Baptiste, where Red Right Hand had Andy McDowell, and
Wasn't it?
right, well, okay, what was her, she was a Big Mama too, wasn't she, or something like
She
that?
was Big Cat, I think.
Big Cat, that's right. She was Big Cat. She does. They used her better, and I think the best that we get of Marianne Jean Baptiste, the scenes when she's acting opposite Eckhart, she's really good. But yeah, I think there are definitely similarities between that and Red Right Hand. I think Red Right Hand is carried off better, but like you said, I think if this was shorter, I mean, if this was like an hour and 40 minutes instead of an hour, close to 2 hours, it could be beyond like kind of your classic like letterbox 3-star.
Yeah,
Which
it could have moved up a couple
yes,
stars. It could have 3.5 maybe, which
three and a half,
high
4, right? Yeah,
is it was getting there. Like this pretty good for because it's Aaron Eckhart, because he usually, I know he's making these crudders right now, but he's still trying.
yes.
It's like, and so I'm gonna overall recommend the movie because I'm out of notes.
Yeah,
So
I think for me too. I think I think so. So things to watch for maybe. I like you mentioned. I haven't seen a lot of Bella Thorne's stuff. And I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. Like if I if it was worth it. But I think she's good enough here that yeah, that I'd be definitely interested to check out more of her stuff. And yeah, Eckhart, he's doing his thing. Marianne Jean Baptiste is doing her thing. I think if it was shorter, it would be a stronger recommendation. But I think you could do a lot worse, especially on Tubi, than Rumble Through the Dark.
yeah, I think it was shorter. I think we would have super winner. Right now, it's still a pretty solid movie, which I would recommend because
Yeah.
it's a punch fighting drama.
Right, right, like, exactly.
Which I think we've seen in the past.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I joked about when we were talking about this ahead of time, Eckhart and Thomas Jane's character in One Ranger should have a Southern accent off, right?
Who would win?
Yes, yeah, because they're both. I mean, they should just do a movie together. Jesse V. Johnson should put the two of them together. I mean, obviously he did One Ranger and he did Chief of Station with Eckhart.
Yeah, just right there.
Yeah, just make a movie where the two of them play, Southern cops in England or something like that, and just
I could do One Ranger 2.
Right, call it Two Rangers. Could you call it Two Rangers? Maybe.
Yeah, Two Rangers. I like Two Rangers.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah,
Two Rangers, perfect. So that's brilliant. You never know. That's actually possible nowadays.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I always joke around, like these Aaron cruds.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's on the table. Well, Jesse G. Johnson, I told him this year that he was the top director. I messaged him. He's like, "Wow," he was very impressed. I watched like 7 of his movies last year with the help of One Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the direct-to-video space, I think Florentine's another one that you'd put up there, but I think Jesse V. Johnson is the one who's consistently doing it. He
knows how to deliver.
Yeah. And it's interesting when we talk about the next movie, we've got another director who, is pretty solid in role Rene, but I think Jesse V. Johnson, I think in terms of direct to video directors out there, he's one who's doing the best. I mean, I think we're talking about maybe doing a Christian Sesma movie next time. He's pretty solid, but Jesse V. Johnson, is even when his movies miss, there's a floor to his movies that's really high that you get a good quality movie there.
Exactly, because I love The Butcher, and then White Elephant really wasn't bad with very light Malkovich, but hilariously little Malkovich in that. It's like, I'm leaving the movie. I can't really do it again. But like, where's my grill? I can't really do John Malkovich.
Yeah, so he's a tough one to do, but yeah,
it's hard. But like, there's the idea. His voice is, I don't know what his voice is, but it's like somewhat high pitched, but it has this kind of weird way of talking. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want to talk like John Malkovich in our lives? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Because like when we watched because in One Ranger, when he talks in One Ranger,
what was that?
Yeah, he's just like, get this done quickish, and it's like, what, quickish? Like, what are you talking about?
I think he was AI'd into the movie.
He might have been. Yes.
You can just AI people. I think that's going to happen soon.
Oh yeah.
Some of these AI things are actually pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Just like Reese Witherspoon said, AI, y'all. Got some more AI, y'all. Just like.
Well, because I think at the very least, what we're going to get with AI is we're going to get situations like let's say, a movie like what we were just talking about, Rumble Through the Dark. Maybe they need to reshoot a scene with, Jean-Marie Baptiste and Marianne Baptiste, and or Marianne Jean-Baptiste. Sorry, I'm getting her.
Right.
But let's say they had to reshoot a scene with her, and she's busy. She's off on another set. They might just AI that scene, and I mean, remember with Sopranos when Olivia, the woman who played Olivia, passed away, and they did those scenes where like they put her face on another actor, and it was really weird and really creepy. But yeah, I mean, I say Marianne Jean-Baptiste, but actually it's probably more like actors like Malkovich, who it's like he's refusing to do ADR, he's refusing or whatever. Like Willis, remember Willis would never do ADR, right? Seagal. It's like, well, okay, we've got Seagal for one day, we're gonna do as much as we can with him, but it's like, you know what, that scene didn't look right. Let's AI instead of create a stunt double and try to make it look right.
That's gonna happen. I mean, like, we're right there, because look at the example of John Malkovich in One Ranger. It's like, are you even in this movie? I mean, like,
right.
It didn't look like it. It looked like he was like smooshed in somehow.
Yeah. For me, I would say the one area where I'm still in favor of CGI and I'm also in favor of AI is animals. I mean, in this movie, we have some dogs, and it doesn't seem like they're that badly treated. They're okay, but I think AI CGI tigers, AI CGI elephants, that kind of thing. That's I'm in favor of all that. Leave those big animals alone. Let them relax and do their thing.
That's true.
You want to make an Air Bud or a chimp movie? If you do it with AI, I'm more in favor. You get sirens going by here.
I can hear those. Yes. So who's in trouble?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I think it's So, but that's the one area where I'm hoping AI and CGI. It's like, get these animals out of the movies. We leave them alone, let them relax and do their thing. For the most part, I'm a practical effects person. Like you and Brett have talked about that, where it's like it looks better when it's practical effects. We're going to get into that, I think, in the next movie a little bit. But
yes, we are.
Animals, I'm okay, even if it looks horrible, right? Even if the elephant looks so fake that it's like, wow, this is ridiculous.
That's all right.
It's if it means an elephant is relaxing somewhere and not having to be on a movie set, I'm okay with it.
Like, you used to have all these. Look at what's his name? The bear, Bart the bear.
Yes.
He was very busy. He was a very busy bear.
Right. Yes.
His filmography is fantastic. I mean, like, it's better than most people.
Right.
It's like, and he always plays the bear. He usually plays himself, but because he's a bear. But it's just like, that's amazing that you hire a bear named Bart the bear.
Yeah.
And he comes to your movie set.
Right.
It's like, but nowadays everything's be on CGI or AI. You can't get Bart the bear today.
Yeah, because Bart the bear can't really consent to be in a movie, right? He does.
That's true.
If Bart the bear had his druthers, he'd be at like Yellowstone Park, like breaking into people's cars and stealing their food, right? Like that's what Bart wants to do. Yeah. But a CGI bear, you can have that CGI bear, and you don't have to train it. You don't have to have a wrangler on set. It's just a CGI bear. And if that means all the bear wranglers go out of business, I'm okay with that. Hey,
it's okay. You can do something else.
Yeah, find some, work at a sanctuary for bears that have been, released from captivity. That's where you can, you can do that. Now, I'm happy to donate some money to the sanctuary, Yeah. So if AI does that, I think, I'm always good with that.
But you're going to AI everything nowadays.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've seen this. Did you see the thing that 50 Cent made?
No.
To make fun of Diddy? He made, like, I don't know if he made it, but there was like a Family Matters parody, an AI that someone cooked up. It was very realistic, very ridiculous, and funny. It was very funny. Yeah. Take a look. You go on 50 Cent's account. Okay. 50 Star Righteous Kill and other great movies.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Or Fire with Fire. He's barely in that. Yeah. But like something about Fire. I don't know why I like that movie so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we go to our next movie.
50 Cent. Yeah. Before we move on to the next movie, Expendables 4 also. So you'll
that's right.
see him there.
I'm getting to.
Yeah.
That's true. Once I watch that, actually, I'll be at 8 Stathams on Letterboxd, which I didn't. I was like, oh wow, he might be number one.
He might be your number one this year. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah.
I didn't see that because I watched Operation Fortune and Working Man, and it's like, oh, that's right. I watched a Working Man in the theater.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting up there on your.
I'm getting close. And once Expendables 4, I'm going to rewatch Death Race. And maybe Killer Elite, so I'll make a 10.
Yes, you'll get up there, and Statham.
When I do my like dog and cat sittings, I usually bring a Statham.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I realize that I've been doing this for so long. Once I get to those, I'll be at 20 Stathams.
Wow.
Or I'll be at 20 Stathams on Death Race, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, 20. Well, might as well get the 20 Stathams.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I was like, all right. And I don't think I can watch. I'll get it from the library and watch it at home. I can't watch it for dog sitting, really. But
yeah.
But I will for Death Race and maybe Killer Elite. which I remember liking. I think it works better at home. But we should probably get to our next.
All right, so so we're going to be talking about Classified here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hot and ready, Aaron Eckhart, like Little Caesars Pizza.
Right.
Hopefully that might be said twice or not. We'll see.
Exactly.
So yeah, you want to
so I'll do a quick synopsis. Aaron Eckhart is a CIA agent who does assassinations for Tim Roth, his higher up. And on one of his missions, a young woman played by Abigail Breslin from Little Miss Sunshine, she confronts him and says, actually, everything you think you know about this stuff is wrong. And he's about to kill her. But then she mentions the name Monica Walker, who's a young woman from Eckhart's
Monica
past,
Walker.
a young lover. And that makes him pause. So he does some digging and discovers like, okay, maybe she's onto something here. So now he's got to go to Malta and confront the people who run this whole thing that he does. At the same time, because he's not carrying out his mission, he has a GPS tracker in him. And the people that run everything, they're sending mercenaries to try to kill him. So they've got to survive the mercenaries, take down the baddies, and live happily ever after.
So I liked Classified. Maybe it caught me in a good mood.
Yeah.
Because you're watching it on Hulu in the morning when I watched this. I think it was late. I think I watched, something like that. I was like, okay. I thought it was overall pretty enjoyable. I can run down my notes.
Yeah.
What do you think before I run down the notes?
Yeah, not bad either. I mean, again, this is another one that's a little bit on the long side. I
wasn't happy with that runtime.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that Rumble Through the Dark could have been good. Like Rumble Through the Dark, 145 would have been perfect for Rumble Through the Dark. Maybe 140 probably is a little bit better. This movie's probably an hour and a half. And it's interesting when you look at Eckhart's 4 most recent movies. I haven't seen The Bricklayer yet.
You haven't? Okay, that you gotta watch. I thought, Bricklayer, and then what? Chief of Station.
Right, I've seen Chief of Station. Yeah. So Bricklayer is an hour and 50 minutes. So
you feel it.
Of his most recent movies, I think Chief of Station is the best. Again, I haven't seen Bricklayer yet, but Chief of Station is the best. It's the shortest of them as well. It's so that maybe gives you a sense of what I like in movies as well.
Sure, because this one, I forget how long it was. It was like an hour and 50, I think.
Yeah.
It's like not too long for what we call Classify, which is a straight to video title.
Right.
So it's like should be about 90 minutes, 95 minutes.
Yeah.
And more like 88 minutes with creds.
Yes.
Or credits.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I want to say welcome Tim Roth to the Cruds. He's finally made it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's so lazy in this movie. Maybe that's his character though. He wears a tracksuit and a hoodie.
Right.
It's funny.
Yes. He wears a hoodie to like a fancy like steak restaurant with with Eckhart, which is beautiful.
And that must be his character, right? Or is just Tim Roth's like, why am I in this? I'm getting a quick paycheck and I'll just be as lazy as possible in this movie.
Yes.
I'm hoping it was just him being really lazy. That's hilarious.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree.
Because I think he used to care. I was like, wait, you're not caring?
Well, because he cares in the Marvel stuff that he does, right? Where he's doing like these small parts, and like he was in She-Hulk, kind of throughout She-Hulk. He was in
hanging around the line. I didn't know he was all over it.
Yeah, and he's funny in She-Hulk, and I mean, to be honest, he's kind of the same character in She-Hulk that he is in this, with kind of the way he's talking and saying things, kind of like just doing like this caricature of an English person. It's kind of the same thing, and he does that really well here. So it's almost like I wonder if like he was shooting. Well, no, because this is well after She-Hulk. So he kind of just leans into that goofiness.
Maybe he just doesn't care anymore. I mean, because I was looking at Tim Roth's filmography, and you can't go wrong with Tim Roth. I really am a fan.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell that something's going on. Because it's like, I think, he made Lie to Me, which is a high quality program.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched that.
Yeah, it was on Fox, right? I think.
It's on Fox. It's on DVD or maybe on streaming.
Yeah.
It's on streaming and it's on Hulu. So check it out when people haven't seen it. Then that got canceled, unfortunately. And then he's like, it looks like he's making some cruds. There's a movie called The Liability, which is on Tubi. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I haven't seen that one. And
then he made United Passions, which I'm still waiting to see. Who plays Step Bladder, great name.
Yeah.
The thing about the soccer stuff. It's like that guy got in trouble and the movie came out. It's like really terrible timing. Something about corruption, I don't know. The soccer balls were deflated like Tom Cheater or whatever.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. It wasn't like it was the corruption was like they were just like doing payola to like have FIFA events in like countries and stuff like that. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah.
Classic payola. That's what they did for Dick Clark, right? There's a payola scandal.
Yeah, I think he escaped it. I think it was like what was the guy in was it Friedman? Or I can't remember his name. The guy in Cleveland.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was big on the payola thing in the 50s, right? That was like a big thing with him. Yeah.
I always think that's kind of interesting. I'm like, well, it's easy. It's probably easy to be corruptible,
Yeah.
But then you got these other ones. Well, he's in Hardcore Henry. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
Well, enjoy your headache. It's like you ever watch it because it's like, oh my. If you just split the time between first person and not,
Yeah.
I think it would be a better movie and it wouldn't get a headache. I saw it in the theater, so that probably wasn't the best idea.
Right.
And then he's in some other cruds. Tim Roth. There are no wait. What's this thing? Punch. Here, I'm listening.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I see. So it's a gay romance mixed with some boxing.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Punch.
Interesting.
I'm not seeing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Punch.
Oh, that's interesting.
Look into that one. That's
Oh.
kind of interesting, man.
Oh, it came out in
Did not
2022.
know that. Yeah, it's only a few years ago.
Oh.
Oh wait, there are no saints. This looks like crud. Yep. Okay. So this is like something we would watch. It's got Paz Vega, Ron Perlman, and Tim Roth.
Oh yeah.
It's like I always think that looks like him. Okay, then for Tim Roth, and then he's in a new movie coming out soon, Tornado.
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, what's up?
And I'm back. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Yeah. So he plays Sugarman. Okay, go Tim Roth. So yeah, back to his laziness. So, did you hear about the lawsuit about this movie?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, so I guess Abigail Breslin had filed a lawsuit against, this allegedly, I guess, to Aaron Eckhart saying he was too intense on set, and it did delay the release a little bit.
Ah,
you can look it up online. And Aaron Eckhart, Aaron Eckhart, he's like intense. He's like the new Jason Patrick.
Yeah, right.
He's like still there though, making the cruds.
Yeah.
But yes, this is total skids for Aaron Eckhart because it's like you're making a movie called Classified.
Yeah.
And it goes, that's hilarious to me. Like, I wonder what turned. What do you think? It's like,
yeah, well, because when you look at his career, it's interesting because these movies start around like 2014, right, where he does Erased.
Erased. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. Erased. Like,
yeah,
that was a red flag. Erased.
But the funny thing is, he does Erased. At the same time, he did he does like Olympic. He plays the president in those
right,
X Has Fallen. Yeah, London, all those kinds of things. So it kind of staved it off a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, he was doing like TV roles, but also these like he does a movie called But yeah, I guess it's like between Erased and 2023ish, 2022, 23. It's like he's kind of just sort of like staving off direct-to-video. Like he does a direct-to-video movie here or there, but he's also doing like he does Sully. He has a small part. So he's kind of staving it off. And I wonder, I wonder if when he got to 2023, if it was almost like this thing of like, well, you could keep doing smaller parts in movies like Sully and get paid X amount. But if you do starring roles in these direct-to-video crud type movies, or even again like a Chief of Station, which isn't so much crud, or some of these other ones, not so much
crud, but I mean it's in the wheelhouse of these movies. It's
I wonder if there was like kind of a thing where he gets more money for these, he gets to kind of do more stuff. Though I would say one of the big things about this movie compared to the previous one is the stunts in this don't look as good. Like when he's fighting people. That Roll Rene does these wide shots, and it's you can see that them being them being like scripted in shot, where it's like, okay, this guy's gonna plow you into this wall here, so and then like there's like now you're going to hit him on the arms and then punch him in the face, and it's like do and you kind of see it all being, and I think it's even worse unfortunately with Abigail Breslin because she's really out of her element with this movie, and
my goodness, yes,
and Roll Rene, he. I think I don't I think they cast her because of the name. I'm sure she did the role because it was something kind of outside of her norm or whatever. But it just I don't know, tonally it just felt off with what they were trying to do with her character.
It's very weird, and they really here comes a spoiler.
Yeah.
So I guess that's her dad.
Right.
Which they sneak in at the last 2 seconds of the movie. Hey, Dad.
Right.
It's like, okay, you could have done that a lot better. Maybe you would have cared more.
Well, because they do it better in the previous movie, right? In Rumble Through the Dark, they set it up right away. When Bella Thorne's character, when she finds the money room, she's talking to the leader of the carnival troupe, and she says, I'm here looking for my dad. It's like established right away. She's looking for her father, so that when we know, okay, there's a good chance probably her dad is Aaron Eckhart's character.
Yeah, really good chance.
It's established. I mean, there's scenes in this where where she's interacting with Eckhart, where it looks like she's getting the hots for him, right? That she's starting to get turned on by him, and so it's weird to then find out, oh no, I'm your daughter. It's kind of like, but you were looking like you thought he was hot the night before. It's like it's just really strange.
That's strange, and it hurts the movie a lot.
Yeah,
because all you have to do is just script it better in a nice way, and just put she's her daughter. Great, love it.
Yeah,
and just like she looks interesting. Abigail Breslin. I'm trying to be mean, but she did look a lot like Amy Schumer.
Yeah, and I mean the outfits they were having her wear, other than the very first one where she's in the bar and I think she's like pretending to be a lady of the night to kind of throw him off, and he thinks she isn't.
And it's like, you can be so
yeah.
But that lawsuit's interesting. I wonder what happened.
Well, because I wonder too if because Eckhart's character is rough with her and throughout a lot of the movie, and I wonder if that was him like leaning into that too much offset, and she's kind of like, well,
it must be.
Yeah,
because I thought, what else? But I thought it was overall pretty. It's a good watch on Hulu when you're bored.
Yes.
Good to watch on a rainy morning.
Right.
It's like not like it's a morning movie to me.
Yeah.
Same with Rumble in the Dark, which I think I watched both in the morning. Okay, Rumble in the Dark was total morning movie.
Yes. Yeah.
This one was. I think I would give it 3 because there's some decent action towards the end. Yeah, the action looks a little weird. Some of the CGI is very weird.
Yeah.
A little low rent, we'll say, but I kind of like the low rent.
Some of the explosions, they just, oh boy,
it was almost armor level,
right? Yes, yeah, exactly.
Where things are floating next to fake Christian Slater,
right. Yes.
I like a good floating CGI blood thing. It's like you're floating. What is this like?
Right. Yeah.
Like a ghost, like Slimer. I'm surprised they never made a Slimer movie.
Yeah, like the origin of Slimer, right? Just call it Slimer, and it's like his like it just call it Slimer. It's like the origin story of Slimer.
Yeah, Slimer origins.
Yeah,
it's like,
that
actually could be $1 billion idea.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't greenlit that yet. They with all these origin story movies that they do nowadays, that would be a perfect one.
I would like to see that. I mean, maybe they could, Dolph Lundgren as Slimer. Slimer.
Right, like he's the human version, right? And then when he dies, he's like, oh my god, I've become Slimer. I would.
Dolph Lundgren as Slimer. These are only the greatest ideas of all time. It's just like
right.
You could just put Dolph Lundgren and everybody. I think Dolph Lundgren as Slimer would be a new. Did we put him as Yogi Bear once?
I think we might have. Yes.
It's like, I'm gonna get the picnic basket. It's like, or maybe he was Boo Boo. I'm not sure, but
no, he was because he's so tall, right? He would have to be Yogi.
Yeah, he had to be Yogi.
Yeah.
Well, who would play Boo Boo? I'm trying to think. I mean, like,
God, yeah, somebody short, right? That could go tag along with him, right? It'd be...
Insert Tom Cruise or Al Pacino joke here.
Yes,
but it's like, whoa, I'm Boo Boo. It's like there's an idea that's now getting to insanity here. But
yes, right.
But Al Pacino as Boo Boo. I think we have something there.
Yeah, that was.
I just watched with Al Pacino in it. He's in a movie that looks like it should go straight to video, but it's Ritual.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
As Dan Stevens also. It's like, why are you in? Well, Al Pacino was in 88 Minutes and Righteous Kill.
Yeah,
and he's in a couple other cruds. Oh, Hangman. That's what I was thinking of. You ever see that?
No, I haven't seen that
one. It's Carl Urban's.
Oh, nice.
Someone else. Maybe not. To Brittany Daniel. One of these people. I get them mixed up with Solace. You ever see that one?
No, I haven't seen that one either. No.
Colin Farrell has absolute best. You got to wait for him though. And Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins had a nice run of crud. In the mid 2010s. Did you notice that? Because it's like he's in some straight to videos with Josh Duhamel.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Misconduct, I think it's called. Also, Al Pacino. Josh Duhamel, Al Pacino, and Anthony Hopkins. That came out in like 2004.
Oh, nice.
It probably would have been in the theater. It didn't come out in 2004. It came out like 2015.
Yeah.
It's like Josh Duhamel's over. It's like, sorry.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm noticing with the ritual that there's some overlapping. So there's Richie Montgomery, who was in the movie we just talked about, Rumble Through the Dark, and then Calvin Williams also. He was like one of Big Mama Sweet's bodyguards. He was
It's funny that you know
so.
these.
Yeah, I wonder if they're pulling cast from the same. But I mean, I can see this also's got Ashley Greene, who we remember from what was the movie that we
Wrong Place?
Wrong Place. That's right, Wrong Place had her in it. Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley Greene. See, everyone. Oh, that's why I wish Bruce Willis is still. I wish he wasn't sick.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I wonder what he'd be making today.
Or not making, right? That
or
like,
not
like
making.
Emmett, Randall Emmett would be CGIing and AIing him all over the place, right?
I'm surprised he wasn't AI'd in Midnight in the Switchgrass.
Yeah.
Like,
if the technology was there at that time, if it was that good at that time, I think he would have been. I think, he would have gone that full on route, and then it would have been this huge scandal, another Randall scandal.
Talk about Randall scandal.
Yes.
Well, hopefully, Cash Out 3 will come out, or Cash Out 2 will come out, and Cash Out 3.
Yeah.
Well, Cash Out 2 is out now, but Cash Out 3 is being filmed as we speak.
Yes.
I took a screenshot because I follow Randall Scandal on Instagram, and I think he has he plays poker or something. Let me find the picture. Here it is.
Yeah.
Randall's home game. So it's like no 25-50 no limit hold'em.
Oh,
it's just a picture on.
Yeah.
Did I send this to you?
No.
Okay, I'll do it today. It's like okay. But remember when poker was very popular?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Tilt, that Michael Madsen program? ESPN made it.
Yes, I never watched it. I remember it being out though. I remember it existing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It is some stupid, kind of sophomore dialogue from Michael Madsen because this ESPN for dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they have dude bro kind of dialogue. You don't have to mention this stuff. Yes. You really don't.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not the best poker player. It's a fun show because you have Madsen talking on TV. And did you ever watch the other Madsen TV show? Not Vengeance Unlimited. Big Apple?
No, I never saw that one. No.
It's hanging around on DVD. It's a little expensive.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. He's like an informant or something. Oh, I'm an informant.
Right.
Because I wish Madsen would come to these. Well, Madsen was in Chiller. It was an amazing lineup of Chiller in April. But also a weird thing, too, because Peter Kwong was at Chiller.
Oh, late period. Yeah.
And died it was two weeks later. And same with Loretta Swit.
Yes.
They both died 2 weeks of each other the same day, and they were just at Chiller.
Wow. I didn't know she was at Chiller too. Wow.
She was. What's his name? Didn't make it. The other guy from MASH. Why it's not coming to me? Jamie Farr. Yeah. He couldn't make it, but because coming to HorrorFest is this stuntman named Dick Warlock. What a name! He's 90+ years old. It's like, should they be really coming to these horror conventions?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You're a little worried.
Yes, especially flying. I think flying at that age is definitely, yeah. I remember
that's why I get worried. That's why I worry about these. I want to meet the older people.
Yeah,
but they're getting older.
Yeah,
it's like a Lance Henriksen or something like that.
Well, yeah, and actually, Lance Henriksen, that was what I was going to mention.
Yeah. Let's connect that. Yeah.
Lance Henriksen was in Pistol Whipped, which was directed by Roel Rene.
That's
right. Who's the director of this movie. And I think, you were talking about Jesse V. Johnson being, one of the best directors in that, DTV space. I mean, Rene has the potential to be that, I think. But you compare this movie to Chief of Station, and there really isn't a lot of comparison. I mean, Chief of Station just kind of does it better than this.
Yeah, I've delivered more. this one was okay. I had a couple good action sequences for the morning. It's just
right, exactly. Yeah,
it's definitely watchable. Classified.
Yeah.
Because Roel Rene made something else.
So he did he did the Scorpion King. Sequel.
Right, that's the one with Rutger Hauer and Emma Walsh.
Oh no, not that one. He did the part 2. He did the second one. He did 3, but actually that one doesn't have
Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
and Kimbo Slice.
Exactly.
I'm a little behind in my Scorpion Kings. I bought, I think it's Book of Souls. I think I had Book of Souls, which has Zach McGowan. You got Zach McGowan.
Yes.
You ever watch Death Race 4?
I don't know if I've seen that one because I think that one was a long one too, and so I kind of put it on hold.
I watched it a couple years ago. It's stupid fun. Yeah, Danny
Yeah.
Glover in it for some
Oh
reason.
yeah.
So yeah, Scorpion King 4 is the Barry Bostwick, Rutger Hauer, Michael Bean, and Emmett Walsh as Gorak.
Right, with
Emmett Walsh as Gorak.
yes, with a tiny Don the Dragon Wilson scene as well. I think it's like his
Yeah.
first movie role back after his first feature length length movie or full length movie since he did Jesse V. Johnson's The Sentinel. I think was it called The Sentinel or Final Sentinel?
Sentinel or Last Sentinel.
Last Sentinel, that's what it was. Last Sentinel. Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Get over to it.
Right.
But I need to watch Scorpion King 4. I think we had that discussion a long time ago about it. It's like you have 5 of these amazing people in one movie.
Yeah, I mean they all have such small parts that it's kind of it's hit or miss, but it is the concept of it. But yeah,
the concept of the idea, it's really good. So it's classified. Let's see. And look at my notes. I think I'm out of notes because there wasn't much to say about it.
Yeah, I was going to say
it was overall decent.
The other movie that Roll Rene did that I think is an interesting one is Hard Target 2 with Scott Adkins.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
To his career. Yeah, let me go back a little bit because it's all right. Let's go. Not go too far. Was he? Is he German? I think, or was he?
I think or Dutch. Something.
Dutch. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, he made The Marine 2, which I have to watch it. Ted DiBiase.
That's right. I did see that one. Yeah, I did see that one. Yeah, because I think that's the one, right? Is that the one that I think it's got Tamura Morrison is in it. And the funny thing about that one, about The Marine 2, is that you've got like this resort. And it's like a white people resort in a foreign world where essentially they're exploiting the people who live there. And so like Tamora Morrison's like leading a group of locals to take it over, and it's such a fascinating idea that it's like we're supposed to be like rooting for like the horrible like rich resort people who are taking over the island as opposed to the poor people that live there that just want their island back. It was a really strange thing. I was like, who am I rooting for here? Like I want Tamora Morrison to win. I want him to
I know. It was in Rooker hanging around in it.
Yes, like, yeah, Rooks is there. Yeah, because he I think Rooks is like he's like a Marine guy that lives in the area, and he makes fun of Ted DiBiase because Ted DiBiase is a Marine. He was in like the LA boot camp as opposed to the one in one of the Carolinas. I don't like one of them was Paris Island. Yeah, I think it was like Paris Island. I think Ted DiBiase Jr.'s character was in Paris Island. He kept calling him Paris Island or something. He was making fun of him about that.
I should have asked him about that when I met him last year.
Yeah,
when you're like trying to not overthink, you're trying to like keep some of the conversation going when you talk to him in person.
Yeah,
I couldn't think of that in time, but I had to.
He gave you so much good stuff that I think you're good. He gave you a lot of great stuff.
He gave you a lot of good stuff actually, so I couldn't remember everything. Maybe we'll come back, but
yeah.
Roll Rene also he loves making these 1 to 2. Death Race 2.
Yeah.
And then 12 Rounds 2, and Dead and Tombstone 2, Condemned 2, Blood Target 2.
Exactly.
That's amazing. What a career.
He's your DTV sequel guy, right? Like if you get a DTV sequel you got to make, you bring him in, and he takes care of business for you.
Speaking of, I think this is the right movie. Black Ops. Do you ever see this? As Gary Stretch and Lance Henriksen and James Russo.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that. I remember
I think it's a mixture of action and maybe some ghosts or something. My memory of that is pretty poor, but
yeah, it's got you got to love that the Henriksen factor.
And you got your Gary Stretch. What a name!
Yeah,
it's like I think Gary Stretch. I think he was trying to be like a name for these action movies. I've never seen a Gary Stretch movie.
That's a great question because the name's familiar. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of these names, right, that were like on the verge. I mean, I think the closest one, now I'm completely drawing a blank on his name. Is the guy, the guy that was kind of we were seeing in a lot of these like the small parts. I should probably just quickly look him up. Because he was Johnny Mesner.
Oh, Mesner. So he comes up. Johnny Mesner. As we've talked about him. Well, he's in Decommissioned. He's the main character. We need to get to that one.
Yes. Yeah, because Mesner, I think, was like kind of the best out of this group of like you had like Gary Stretch was one. We did the Tony Sheena movie. He was one.
That's right, Tony Sheena. Yeah, I just watched. This last year, I rewatched Number One Girl.
Yes,
which was better than I remember. I remember hating it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again, like, all right, I get it more.
Right. What was the one? The other guy, Matthew Rhys, that was in
Yes,
Riot. It's like,
Riot.
yeah, it's like you look at the cover and it's a picture of Chuck Liddell, picture of Dolph Lundgren, and it's like, oh, so this definitely looks like it would be a Matthew Rhys movie, right?
Of course, it's a Matthew Rhys movie. Of course, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But you get these two awesome people, and it's a Matthew Rhys movie. Oh,
Yes,
this
yeah.
always happens,
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a Zach McGowan movie. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, Carrie Stretch. I mean, like, it's like he can't get movies. Really, I'm looking at his career. It's not great. But he was in a movie that's very dumb. What's this movie? Final Combat. That sounds good. What's this?
Yeah, he also did the Mega Shark. What was it? Mega Shark versus one. It was one of the Mega versus Crocosaurus. I thought it was Crocosaurus. Yeah.
So get this Crocosaurus.
Yeah, and he's a Brit, so I guess he was in the Heavy.
I like that movie.
Vinnie Jones
actually.
movie. Yeah, I haven't seen
that.
You
ever see that?
No, I got to see that one.
British. Yeah, it's good because it has Christopher Lee and the Shannon Sossamon.
Yeah,
me some Shannon Sossamon.
Oh yes, she's always great.
And that what's that show? It's called Moonlight or something. She's in, and she's very flat.
Yeah,
her acting is very flat. But he's also characters in the movie Michael Madsen. Afghan Nights.
Oh right, that's right.
You ever see that?
No, I haven't seen that one. No,
pretty good. I mean, like, it's funny. It's on Tubi and Prime Video.
Oh,
what a life for Afghan Nights.
Yes.
Steve Basic, right? Is that how you call him? Is that how you say his name? Steve Bakic?
Yeah, Bassich. I don't know. That's a good
question. Never heard it said out loud. I
no,
call
me
him
neither.
Steve Basic.
Yeah, Steve Basic.
Because that's how it looks like in my head. I mean, like,
yeah,
like you're Steve Basic. It's like,
yeah, that's exactly that's what you get to.
His career is wacky. I think he's in Black Sash. You ever watch that show?
No.
Okay, it was pretty cool. It might be on YouTube.
Okay.
It was like it's like Karate Kid, but a little more. I think it has one of our buddies that we see a lot. That we talk about. Russell Wong.
Sorry. Oh, right. Yes, yeah.
And Mako or Mako. Yeah. And Ray J.
Oh, you gotta have Ray J. Yeah, you gotta have some Ray J.
Where's Ray J? I mean, remember Ray J was like, For the Love of Ray J. That was a show, right?
Oh yeah. Because I think that's how that's how Kim Kardashian started.
Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think we used to make fun of For the Love of Ray J on The Soup.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
And like Ray J goes swat. for some trick or something.
Yes.
I could say that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like that was funny. And I think he's hanging out with Tom Green also, Ray J.
Oh, he might be. Oh, yeah, he might.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
I haven't checked in on Tom Green. I saw a Tom Green movie. Bob the Butler.
Oh, maybe. That sounds familiar.
Brooke Shields. I don't remember. I think I saw it when I had nothing else. It's like, all right, I watch Bob the Butler. Sure. This is my life.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you want to mention about Classified?
No, I think
on the fight.
I think this is again, like you said, it's a decent enough time killer.
Yeah.
Especially if you get some time to kill in the morning. It's on Hulu, and so
that's easy.
It does what you need it to do, and I think sometimes that's all you need with these movies. Yeah.
And hopefully the next Aaron will be good. Not that it was bad. Hold on, my notes.
Yeah.
I'm out notes, but hopefully Scorpion will be made soon.
Yes.
That's his next movie, right?
Pre-production. Yeah, he's got a couple in post-production. Nothing completed, but he's got a few things in a few things in post. He got like 7 things on the docket, but it looks like
he can't stop working.
Deep Water might be the next one because that one's got a 2025 release date. So that seems to be the next one that's gonna.
Rennie Harlan made it, but he says it's going. Rennie Harlan says it's going to the theater, but I don't believe that.
Yeah,
or if it is, it'll be on demand or premium on demand.
Right, it might be like a very limited release kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to the theater.
Yeah.
Or, I guess there's some Pierce Brosnan movie that's in the theater now.
Oh, maybe.
Some Western, like it looks straight to video. It's Pierce Brosnan and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Well, sometimes these movies they just get like a limited release. Like I remember Acceleration, the Dolph Lundgren movie. That one played at a theater near here. Just like
a theater near you.
Right, exactly. Theater near me. Yeah. But it was like I found out after the fact. Like it was, I was looking it up and it was like, oh, Showtimes, and I was like, oh, interesting, Showtimes, and it was like 2 weeks before it had played at this theater in the suburbs here in Philly.
That's funny. It'd be funny to watch a straight to video movie in the theater.
So I did do it once. So
Oh, what was that?
Tom Joliffe, who was on the podcast, he wrote a movie called Cinderella's Revenge that was produced by Mark L. Lester of Showdown
Oh,
Little
that's
Tokyo
amazing.
fame. Yeah, and so the movie played at this theater here in the suburbs in Warrington, Cinderella's Revenge. So I had to take, it was like 2 buses. It was definitely a haul out there for me because here in Philly it's it's like when you get to the suburbs it's all kind of strip malls and stuff. But
Mhm.
but I got to see it on the it was really fun to watch it on the big screen like that. There were a couple times where the coloring was a little bit unique because I think it was
Mhm.
meant for TV. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, the thing about that kind of thing is that I think it was kind of cool is that when you're going to see like a big movie and you see that a movie like that is showing in another theater, it kind of puts it in your head like, oh, maybe I should watch that at some point. Maybe you don't see it in the theater. I mean, there was like 3 or 4 of us in the theater watching it but it was a kind of a cool thing. And I guess for talking to Tom, I don't think he'd seen any of his movies on the big screen like that before. So it was kind of cool that
That's
I
fun
had that opportunity to do that. Yeah.
because I'm not rich, but I mean, one day,
Yeah.
and it's like, and I would put some fun movies in the theater. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at my collection right now. It'd be like, if we put, let's say, Light Blast with Eric Estrada in the theater, I think people would go see it.
Oh yeah,
So, like,
you could sell at a 500 seat auditorium here in Philly
for
with a
Light
movie
Blast,
like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think so.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing. I hope Eric Estrada comes back to these cons. I mean, I looked at Eric Estrada's con schedule
Yes. Yeah.
because he has that, I guess. Didn't look good for Terrificon, but
Oh
we'll see.
yeah. Yeah. He's staying
He
out on
was
the
just
East
here
Coast
last
or
year.
staying on the West Coast more.
Yeah, stick to the West Coast. That's
Yeah.
he was awesome, as I keep saying. I mean, if you
Yeah.
ever somehow get to meet Eric Estrada
Oh,
somehow,
I'd love
you
to.
got to
Yeah.
meet him.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe Michael Ironside because they're both amazing.
Yeah.
Um, Eric Estrada, like he was like, I think he wanted to. I think I could have got his phone number to hang out with him.
Right. That's
We
awesome.
seemed pretty close.
Yeah.
It's just like because he wanted to talk about not chips, but he
Yeah.
still would have talked about chips
Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
But we should go to Spotlight and Fight,
Spotlight
right?
in a Fight. Yeah. So
Yeah, interesting one.
yeah, and I forgot to tease it at the beginning, but it's the
Oh yeah,
one. It's Jet Li fighting himself in the
yeah,
one. So to give people an idea of what's happening in this movie,
yeah.
there's a version of Jet Li who's going through the multiverse and killing his other selves, and each time he kills one of his other selves, he becomes stronger, and he's got one last self to kill. So he goes to attack this other self, but I can't remember. Was it the other self also became stronger as he was killing
Something
these?
like that.
Yeah.
The plot's a little jumbled about those multiverses.
Exactly. And
Like,
Statham is he's the one who's like policing the multiverse, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and Delroy Lindo.
That Delroy Linda, that's right. Yeah.
And did I send you that clip? I
Mm,
think I did, right?
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Where he's listening to Drowning Pool.
right, yes, exactly. Yes.
That's how Jet Li is.
Yes. Yeah, we get some new metal in this. Yeah. So
Oh my! Do you like new metal? This is your movie.
exactly. Yeah, so we're at the end here and Jet Li, the
The
hero
good
Jet
Jet
Li, the
Li.
good Jet Li is confronting the bad Jet Li, and the bad Jet Li knows if he just kills this one Jet Li, he'll be all powerful because he'll have killed all of his multiversal selves. And at the same time, Statham is like there's like a timer. I guess there's something to do with like he's got like 3 minutes to pull something off, or like I don't know if it's like he needs 3 minutes to get him back to his other universe or something. There's something that's going to happen in 3 minutes. I can't remember, but I don't think it's that
I
big
don't
of
know,
a
something
deal.
about a multiverse or something.
Yeah, yeah. But they're in a factory. They're in like this, it's like a
Yeah.
water plant, right? I think they're in a water
Water
plant.
plant, steam factory, spark factory.
Yeah, exactly. It's all of those things, and so they start fighting, and I gotta say, for a fight scene that's between the same person, the way that they shoot it is really good. Where it's like you never see them face to face. It's always like one guy's fighting, and it's kind of his back, and and then the other one, but he looks enough like Jet Li, and he's good enough at martial arts that he can replicate Jet Li. So it's a really kind of a fun fight scene.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable to be watching. It's like this is actually pretty impressive for
Yeah.
2001.
Yes.
It's like I don't do the math on that. Unfortunately, it's 24 years.
Right.
But at the time, this is amazing.
Yes.
I mean, like, because they're fighting each other, and you got the ending to the movie. Oh well, this is about the fight we're talking about, but
yeah,
the fight thing was fantastic, and you got your Papa Roach song in the
Yes.
second half of the fight. The long fight scene.
Yes.
It's called Blood Brothers. If you looked it up,
Yes.
it's Last Resort does play. Don't worry, Papa Roach fans.
Yeah.
They play it right at the end. The ending is awesome, by the way. Did you watch the ending?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, I saw this. I need to rewatch it because I saw this a long time ago.
Mhm.
I can't remember when. It's been forever. Probably like not long after it came out. I probably saw it in like the mid 2000s.
But
So it definitely needs a rewatch for sure.
But this fight was very impressive for its time and still holds up.
Oh yes,
It's like it's well made, well shot. You don't really can catch the effect of them fighting each other. That's also impressive.
Yeah.
Compare that to the Blonde Ambition green screens. That's a terrible comparison.
Right, yes, exactly.
But or hilariously ridiculous comparison.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson should have made more movies, by the way. But besides that, it was fun. It was some fun new metal fighting in slow motion and sparks.
Yeah.
And the movie delivered. The movie overall is very silly if you've seen the full movie, but
yeah,
it's just him like beating up other people the whole time for like 80 minutes. It's just like there's not much there. But
right.
If you watch, like, okay, because I rewatched it last year in the summer, and like, okay, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And the ending is fantastic. It's really one of the best endings of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
For new metal fans and for just the idea of it. It's like he's fighting everyone, and like the bad Jet Li is defeated, right? And then he has to fight in this other multiverse where other people just fight him all day.
Yeah. Right.
While Papa Roach is playing.
Yes. Yeah.
I will be the one. It's like it's Jet Li yelling, which you don't usually get.
Yeah.
That must have been audio enhanced. But it's just like
yeah.
Because he sounded different. He didn't do his classic, the thing from Kiss the Dragon. Now where you are. I'm coming up. He didn't really do that. He was like yelling.
Right. Yes.
Now we are working for the agency. It's when Expendables 1. Did you say that in the movie? I mean, it's for the trailer. But
oh, good question. I don't know. You might
have to rewatch Expendables.
Yes, I haven't seen that in a little while. It's a couple of years. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, same here. But I watched I watched the director's cut of Expendables.
Yeah, I think I did too.
It is better. I think it's a better movie. But you've also watched the original.
Yeah.
Well, also I love the original too. There's some differences. But, you can't really beat the original, actually.
Yeah, it's amazing. When that movie was coming out, and you had all these names, and it was like, what could this possibly be? And for it to have like delivered to the level that it did,
yeah.
It's just we almost never get that kind of fulfillment when it comes to movies when they're coming out.
I remember like every single day there was like a piece of news, and it's like, oh my God, Gary Daniels is going to be in this movie. Oh my God, Jet Li's going to fight Dolph Lundgren in this movie.
Right.
Everything was a dream come true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know it's been 15 years, but we will never get that again, probably.
I don't think so. I was talking with Scott Murphy, All 90s Action, when he was on, when we were doing the Seagal podcast, and he was saying like probably the thing that would save it is if you do a villains Expendable. So if you had like
interesting,
like if you had the good guys, right? So Stallone gets everybody back, but then you get all the baddies, right? So you get like Cary Tagawa and all of those unfortunately Powers Booth is no longer with us, right? But his baddie from Sudden Death. But you get all those people in there, and and have them all, maybe Steven Berkoff, Jurgen Prochnow, all of them. And that's amazing. What the movie is. I mean, technically that's probably what 3 or 4 should have been, right? They should have been the heroes against the villains and gotten all the best villains together. But
that would be fantastic.
That's probably the thing that could, but you're right. Like, even if they did that, there's no way it's going to be as good as those first 2 movies.
There's just something about it. It's like, and it's the perfect time.
Yeah.
I just remember it because like, here comes the Expendables coming out in August, whatever. Versus Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I don't know if people remember this kind of fight. And Eat, Pray, Love, I think.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, which I never saw because I don't care about Julia Roberts eating spaghetti.
Right.
But it's just like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but she just eats a bunch of spaghetti and other foods. It's like, and it's like, no. And they can't even make that movie today either.
Yeah.
Eat, Pray, Love. Because Julia Roberts, no one really, I'm trying to be not to be mean, but no one really cares about her right now. And it's just like, because she's over.
Mm-hmm.
People like Sydney Sweeney now.
Yeah.
It's like, not to compare her, but I mean, like, I know everyone wants to buy the Sydney Sweeney bath soap, right? It's just like,
we don't know what's going on there with the bath water or something like that.
The bath water.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
It's very Jay Leno. You hear about that, Kevin? You hear about that, man?
Right.
You hear the Sydney Sweeney bath soap?
Right.
Or what's that thing from the critic? You hear about that, Branford? It's just like,
Right.
shut up, Jay. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right.
I love that joke from the critic
Mm-hmm.
about Branford. It's just like,
Right.
but yeah, I love that. Like, yeah, that's Sydney Sweeney bathtub. Are you gonna buy that? You gonna buy that? It's like,
Right.
it's like, I think what's really interesting about the Sydney Sweeney bath soap is that it's cheap. It's like $8.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
It's not like $100. If I was, I thought it was gonna be like $50+ to buy some soap.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get it, but I mean, also she can't stop working.
Yes.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
She's in some movie now. It's on Apple TV. I don't.
Yes.
Echo Valley.
Yes. Yeah. Who else is there's another big name?
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know anything about it though. It looks like a psychological thriller or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know anything about this? I mean,
No, you see the ads for it. But I don't know because Apple Plus. We were thinking about getting Apple Plus again because it's baseball season, but we kind of decided against it. So I mean, we may still get it, but yeah.
My friend has it, and I think what I watched on there recently. Oh, it's Found of Youth.
Oh, nice.
The Guy Ritchie movie, which was entertaining. It gives you what you want.
Yeah.
Perfect movie for 2005.
Yeah.
It's like, but 20 years late.
Right.
Like,
right. Yes. Yeah.
It's so 2005. It's hilarious. Like, what? This came out now?
Yeah.
It's like it would be like National Treasure 3, Fountain of Youth. That's what it seems like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen those movies, but
the National Treasures, yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, my friends
this
that I
was
watched.
very natural.
Actually, I don't know if I saw the sequel. I feel like I must have just because I watched the first one, but I don't remember.
The sequel is very silly because they really let Nick Cage kind of act really silly about like talking about haggis and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Or what aren't you doing?
But, yes. Right. Right. Exactly.
So Jet Li fight one. Check it out. Now it's Jet Li versus Jet Li. Stallone never fought himself. Van Damme has.
Van Damme multiple times. Yep.
Multiple times. Multiverses times. Right?
Right.
He loves fighting himself.
Yes.
You could just do that every single fight. It'd be a Replicant, Time Cop.
Yeah.
Like double
impact.
Double impact. Not Maximum Risk. He didn't fight himself in that.
No, he's in it twice, but he doesn't fight himself. Yeah. That's right.
And it's like, I love Maximum Risk. I mean, like, I want to go back in time. Can't go back in time, unfortunately, but that where you can go to the theater and say 2 tickets for Maximum Risk, please.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, because that's what I saw. Double Team in the theaters. That was like,
awesome.
I just remember that. Yeah, that was a beautiful thing.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that must have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. At the time, I don't think I appreciated it as much as I do now. At the time, it was more like, God, this Van Damme guy's done in the theater. Like this is like.
Oh, he said that. That's hilarious.
That's what I was. It's like you're just like you got to see that it was the end of something there.
Yeah, it looked like the end. Just like Knockoff was kind of the end to me when I saw a trailer. It was like, no.
Yeah, right.
But Knockoff's nice. It's fun to watch now.
Oh yes, yeah.
Isn't that interesting how our brain works like that? Like we didn't appreciate it back then, but now we really do now.
Exactly.
We don't have anything like that today.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And like, by hoping one day Stallone or even Statham can fight themselves.
Yeah.
It's like
like a good Statham versus Statham fight.
Yeah, we haven't
that
done
would be
that.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the beekeeper versus a working man.
Yeah.
Like, and they're like, they can clone Statham. They never clone Statham in movies. So it's like,
he never has a twin brother, right? In the multiverse movie, he's just one guy in the multiverse. Yeah.
Oh, I can see it now because Statham can say, "Get ready for war," and then the other thing says, "Get ready for peace."
Right.
So then they will fight each other. But maybe he has a new movie coming out eventually. Statham's.
Yes. Yeah.
Mutiny.
Oh, that
I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Because I'm rewatching Transporter 3 right now, and man, the cuts on the fight scenes are just my eyes are singeing. It's like,
yeah.
Why would you do that? I mean, I'm giving it a pass because I don't really care. But it's like, but when I first you got Corey Ewan and Statham together again making fights, and then you got this French director guy, cutting them up to shreds. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
And you got Nepper. Nepper's fantastic at it so far. If you ever rewatched, haven't seen Transporter 3 lately.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Yeah.
They're letting them run wild. It's like it's really great. It just says whatever you want.
Yeah, I like a good Nepper.
Your dad. I love Nepper in this, and he's just the perfect evil bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's back working. I know he got briefly canceled, but I think he's back.
Who Nepper?
He never got briefly canceled.
Oh, I didn't know he got canceled.
I think it was a while ago. I think someone accused him of being bad on the set of iZombie or something.
Oh,
which is a
interesting.
quality program.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I watched season 1 though. It's at Lightning in a Bottle.
Yes, I remember that one, the show being out. I never actually watched it, but I remember it being
Oh,
out.
it's really good for a CW program.
Yeah.
It's like Veronica Mars meets like Walking Dead and Law and Order and stuff like that. It's really good.
Yeah.
Then it fell off, but I mean, like season 1 is fantastic because
Yeah.
it's like a procedural, but with zombies.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's done very well. But we should probably let people go. We could talk about the next things, right?
Yeah. So we're looking to do a double Jigen Day for our next one.
He's back.
Yeah.
The Philippi factory is open again.
Right, exactly. So we're looking at 72 Hours and Mafia Wars.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean 72.
Tom Welling is in Mafia Wars.
Yes, yeah, and 72 Hours has a bunch of people as well. I think, right? It's got well, actually, I don't know if it has a bunch of people, but
it seemed like it. It
yeah.
seemed like it.
Well, it's like Christian Sesma movie. That's the thing. And so, and
Exactly.
we did we did a Christian Sesma movie before. We did Lights Out, and so
and Section 8.
And Section 8, right? That was another Sesma. Yeah, so we got Sesma back on tap, I guess. Yeah, we're doing some more Sesma.
On tap.
Yeah.
And the Philippi factory is open. It was closed. It's been closed for a while, but it's back open.
Yeah, we're reopening the Philippi factory.
But I mean, that means you have to watch a what's his name? A Lutz. But it's like,
yeah, we're because we're waiting for the Lutz Jigen Day team up to happen,
which is real thing, which is Desert Dawn. I think it's on demand.
Oh, could be. It could be.
I know that's my thing from Action on Demand, but it's like, let me take a look. There's a poster, and did you see the poster?
I did.
It's
yes.
He's kind of looks behind the American flag.
Yes, which is great.
So
right now it's $7.
Yeah, not paying that.
So we're not doing. And actually, Art Camacho is the co-writer on this. So I mean, yeah, it's going to be good. It's also got Chad Michael Collins. I didn't realize it's also so. Yeah, so
nice.
we got to make this thing happen when it finally is like a free streamer.
We've been waiting, and Texas Battle. So
Texas Battle's in it as well. Yeah,
and Mike Ferguson.
I know. Everybody's in this thing. It's also got what is the guy's name? Nico Foster, who we've seen in a couple of these real stinkers.
Yes, you mentioned that. Oh, what was he? And he's in a garbagey movie called Checkpoint, which I think I watched.
Oh, and Art Camacho's the action director as well. He's the second unit director. So yeah, I mean, this is what we want here. Is
Do Justice, right?
Do Justice. That's he was in Do Justice and Ruthless, the Art Camacho Dermot Mulroney movie. So this is maybe going to be like an amuse bouche as we're waiting for this other movie to come out. We're going to do a couple Jigen days while we're waiting for the big one to come.
Exactly. And I think I'll keeping an eye on this one. And what's the one? You watched MR9? It just came up. We should let people go, but that's that Frank Grillo. You watched that one?
No, I don't think I've seen that one yet. So I
Which one you watched?
No, so I'm gonna review Lights Out with Grillo, but I'm waiting for Hounds of War to come out. That's the big one I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
The other one, the one you're talking about. Yes, I didn't get to that one. So we had a Free Stars weekend, or Free Stars week, and so I did on the Free Stars week. I didn't do MR9 Do or Die. I did the other. I think it was The Island with Michael Jai White.
I had very limited time with my wacky schedule. I always mentioned on Stars, and the only thing I got to watch was The Crow. So the new Crow. That was it. It's like
At some point I'll get MR because MR9. It's also got it's Michael Jai White and what is this? No, it's still showing as Stars. I think it's
Stars Purgatory.
Stars
and I don't think this is going to be at the library.
Yeah, no. I don't think it had a DVD release, but that one also has Nico Foster. Speaking of Nico Foster, he's everywhere.
I saw it that popped up. So I'm hoping that I'll keep an eye on it. I thought Stars and Lionsgate are like leaving each other or something, so maybe that will help us.
We'll get some of these. Because there's that. I think also Sony, I think is entering into a deal with Netflix, so their movies are going to be off of Stars. So yeah.
Well, we all know the best movie is on Netflix, which is Madam Web.
That's
and I guess Dakota Johnson's doing some press stuff for some other movie.
Yeah, right.
So she's making fun of Madam Web now.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fine. I don't care.
No.
It's like, I'm personally invested in Madam Web, but there's something about that movie. It's like she was making fun of it. Okay.
Yeah. It's such a fascinating movie because it's part of it is a good portion of the movie is babysitting, which is weird, right?
Yes, that's hilarious.
You know,
Sydney Sweeney.
right, exactly. The babysitting and the ADR are kind of weird. The story's a little bit all over the
Hilarious.
place, but then you get like some fantastic Darren Prescott action, which is fun. You get
Yeah. Dude.
Dakota Johnson could care less.
Yes.
It doesn't know how to act in front of a green screen, and it actually makes it more enjoyable. It was
Yeah, I loved it. Something about and that ADR with the bad guy and also the emergency vehicle not really launching very well.
right. Yes.
That made the movie even better. I was like, this movie's fun as it is.
Yeah.
But those two bits just made it like this is funny. Like this is
yeah.
actually a classic.
It's amazing. Yeah, and when I say Dakota Johnson doesn't know how to act in front of a green screen, I'm literally I'm saying like I'm not like doing a critique on her ability to act. She even said it herself. She's like, I don't know how to. I was confused on how to do this, and so there's sequences where like she's just not acting. There's like crazy stuff happening behind her, and like in the opening sequence when she's driving the ambulance, it's supposed to be like this high pressure scene. She's just like, yeah, I'm just driving an ambulance.
I know, it's great, and at the end too, with the final battle, like she's not doing anything very well, but it's funny. And then she becomes blind for some reason. But
like, well, because that's the character. That's the problem. Is like they pick this like really obscure character from the Spider-Man comics, who in the comics she wasn't just blind, she was like bedridden and all this stuff. But it's like
blind or something.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And it's like the fact that like they picked this one character and they were like, well, she's blind in the comics, so we got to make her blind at some point. It's like, okay, yeah, shoehorn that in there too.
So very ridiculous.
Yeah,
but. I can talk about Madam Web the rest of my life.
I know.
I might have to watch it like every year.
Yeah.
It's just like
it's one of those kind of movies, right? That you can watch multiple times.
I think it has rewatchability factor. People need to rewatch it. People are just mad for some reason. I don't know why. But it's like I might rewatch it. I watched it last December and it was fantastic. Yeah. And I might watch every December, every Christmas. It's like exactly. Forget Christmas Story. We're doing Madam Web.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like Christmas Story, but that's just me.
No, but I get it. It's like, Madam Web it's a yearly watch.
Exactly. But we let people go, right? So we have the two movies.
Yes, and then your plugs. You're gonna
I have plugs. I forgot about those. Yeah. So ComeuppanceReviews.net is the website. I think it's up. No, it should be. We're gonna post something soon. We just have some, as you know, I mentioned these schedule things. We're hopefully gonna watch The Protector of Frank Zagarino. It's on YouTube, by the way.
Right. Yes.
And some other Zaggers. So I'm gonna watch all the Air bosses when I can. I'm just trying to fit it in. The guy uploaded a bunch of Zagarino movies. This person on YouTube.
Nice. I have to check. I mean, I'll tell you I saw the first Air boss, and it is a bit of a slog. So you're gonna be putting in some work to do the 4 Air bosses, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just gonna watch it myself because Brad has no interest. But then they also put up a movie that's very hard to find called Never Look Back.
Oh, nice.
And that's one of those movies. Remember that movie with Gary Daniels and Michael Madsen? It's called Ultimate Target.
Yes. Yeah.
It's from the makers of those, and also Bad Dudes or Bad Fellas.
Right.
Wish I asked Martin Cove about.
Right.
You're in not a rush, but you don't want to like keep the people in line.
Yes,
talking to these celebrities. But he was. I could have talked to him for longer because of the Shoot Fighter tape.
Yes.
But I should have mentioned Bad Fellas because like that is such a mess of a movie, Martin Cove. I don't know if you ever watched any of it.
No, I haven't seen it. No.
It's the weirdest movie, and there's some weird behind the scenes footage if you look it up.
Yeah.
On YouTube, it's Genesee getting really mad.
Okay.
Like it's some like fat grip guy. It's like your movie's low budget is garbage. You don't have to yell at the grip.
Yeah.
That's why Brian Jensen's kind of disappeared.
Really? Oh, interesting. Yeah.
He hasn't really made anything lately.
Yeah.
But we should let people go. Comeuppance on that is the website. We'll post something soon.
Yeah.
Time with some Twitter X. And Tax Rocks is the Instagram handle. I posted Challenge the White Fang.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
VHS. Franco Nero.
Yeah.
I realized I had a bunch of Franco Nero tapes I've been sitting on.
Yeah.
So I got 3 more to watch. Devil's Crude, The Falcon, and the Shark Hunter.
Oh, nice.
They're all from Transworld Entertainment. So these big boxes. They're not Shark Hunter, but the other 2.
Yeah.
And I'll watch those things because now I've seen 5 Franco Neros this year if I do that.
Oh, so he's going to be up there on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there. They're going to beat Statham, I guess. Because I rewatched Django Unchained finally. Well, I've started watching in February, finally finished.
Right, yes. That's a good
I
one.
finished it 3 days ago. I started in February. It just sits in the player, and I've just been busy.
Yeah, that happens.
Man Tai Chi is still my Blu-ray player. Also, it's like I started that back in January. It's like
Yeah.
I'll finish it up. Oh, I've been very busy lately.
Right, it happens. It happens for sure.
That happens to you too. Okay.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But I'll get to it. I only have 80 minutes left of Man Tai Chi. It's a fantastic movie. People haven't seen it.
Yes, you guys were on the podcast to talk about that one. It's in the archives because when you guys wanted to talk Ambush, that episode, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put that one back up because there's some audio issues with it.
Oh, there is.
But Man of Tai Chi, if people go deep in the archives, it's way back there, and we did it in 2015. You guys were on with that with Jamie.
I remember like we only had like one microphone, at the time. I think it was wonky.
Yeah.
But that's early podcasting for you.
Exactly.
I see that what's his name's leaving the podcast game, which is Mark Maron.
Mark Maron, yes.
Really care. But I mean, like, one is Joe Rogan. He's not leaving. I don't really care if he leaves. Or Theo Vaughn, all these people I hear about all the time.
Right, good old Theo from Road Rules. Yeah.
Road Rules and has CT been on there?
I think you'd have
Your
CT
buddy
as a guest. You gotta love CT, right? You gotta, that's the thing. Like CT was more entertaining on the challenge, but I guess Theo Vaughn maybe is better as a podcast host. I don't know.
I remember like all these hot podcasts from their late 2000s or late 2010, early 2010s, right? You got Hardwick, right?
Yes.
Nerdist. That was popular.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I used to listen to that. And then I just stopped listening to it. But it's like, but his guest roster of Hardwick's guests are amazing. I don't know how he gets these people.
Oh yeah.
Because I think he had amazing people on it. It's like, wow, you get that. I think Adam Carolla was jealous at one time.
It's
like, why is he getting all these people? I don't get these people.
Right.
I used to be poor. I'm Adam Carolla. It's like he says it all the time. I don't mind him, but he says the same stories. It's just I'm poor. It's like, yes.
Yes.
My mom was on welfare. It's like, yes.
Yeah, good old Carollage.
Good old Carolla. And he said something else. Do you ever see the Carolla movie? He's like a boxer or something. It's not punch fighting.
I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think this light. Is it light punch fighting? I can't tell. I have to remember.
Yeah.
I think it's light. I think it's for comedy. There's some light punch fighting.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And there's some other movie he made. He's like a comedian, and I don't know if it's on streaming or not, but because that's what he used to do, like these gigs.
Right. Yeah.
A job.
Yeah.
And just him telling the wacky stories, like my mom's on welfare.
Right. Exactly.
Like, yes.
Right.
Yes again.
Yeah.
It's like. Oh, because I stopped listening to Carolla. I tell people because I do have to go. But the last time I ever listened to him was when he had Dolph Lundgren on. Like, oh, Dolph Lundgren. He's like, oh, what have you been working on lately? It's like, do research.
Right. Yeah. IMDb is there. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's like you've been working on something. Look it up.
Right.
I mean, like, I've just been doing Expendables too. It's like, look it up.
Right. Yeah.
Be a fan. If you were a fan, don't just stick with I Must Break You or whatever. Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
He's been other stuff. Just like the Randall scandal thing where he asked Stallone about Rocky.
Yeah.
Stallone's been in Cobra.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stallone's in Cobra and Judge Dredd and Cliffhanger and Daylight, all these classics, and Stop or Mom Will Shoot. It has to be Rocky again?
Yeah, it's always Rocky. Yeah, exactly.
I get it. Yes, Rocky's your classic origin story, but you were in Cobra.
Right.
And you were in Armor.
Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny? Like, let's talk about Backtrace. Ooh, okay, Backtrace. Matthew Modine. Love Matthew Modine. Love Birdie. It's like, congratulations, Matthew Modine.
Right.
Birdie. They think it was Birdie, right?
I think so. I haven't seen that one yet. I got to see that one too. Yeah, Backtrace.
I get that. Yeah. Oh, it's he tries.
Yeah.
It's Stallone, Matthew Modine, and Ryan Guzman.
Oh, nice.
And there's some review online. A guy I look up named Mark Tinta.
Mm-hmm.
I never look up his reviews. Good Efficient Butchery.
Yeah.
He's mostly on Instagram now. Or not Instagram, Letterboxd.
Yeah.
And there's a funny, he's like, what? He's like, Stallone, why am I second bill? Or Sylvester, why am I second bill to Ryan Guzman Stallone? Yeah. It's like who is Ryan Guzman? It's like,
right.
It's not a bad movie, but watch it in the morning. But a lot of people have to get caught. But,
Yes, no, for sure. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Ty.
No,
This was
you're
another
welcome.
fun one here. This was
Yeah.
another fun, Aaron Eckhart, couple double feature there.
Aaron Eckhart, was it Aaron Eckhart action double feature or Aaron Eckhart on the cusp of Skids?
Yeah, something like that, right? The
Something
cusp
like
of Skids, maybe. Yeah, something like that. We'll title it something along those lines. But
yeah, because action Aaron double feature has that alliteration. But
yes, well, that's a good point. That's a good point too. Yeah, that always helps as well. But
you can go either one on this one. That's why, because he's Skids to me. But
yes, yeah, he's close. He's on the cusp.
Close, and the
sure.
cusp of Skids.
Yeah, exactly. But
I'll
yeah,
let people go. Thank
you for coming on,
it.
and yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll be back soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.